well, welcome to the Coach's Corner with new head coach Mark Kelly here on PA Live, presented by the Natural State Sports Network. Coach, let's go ahead and start us off at Benefit Week. You guys have a great showing against Maumelle. Just talk about that experience and what you saw from your team.
Yeah, we really want to go out there and play with confidence and play fast, and that's what we're able to do. Anytime you can take care of the football, we were +1 in turnovers. We didn't really put the ball in harm's way very often, so it was really good as far as that's concerned. And, of course, whenever you got guys that are explosive on the outside, a lot of times you can take advantage of those one-on-ones, and we did that a couple times.
Right. So, of course, this is your first season as the head man of the Pulaski Academy Bruins. Since you had some time to kind of settle in, talk about that transition. I mean, I know you had a great year last year at Sylvan Hills. You have a great coaching staff with you this year at PA, great talent. Which talk about your transition to being the head guy at the Bruins.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting. And like you said, we got in a little bit later than I was at my previous stop there at Sylvan Hills. And we got in towards the middle to the end of the spring, and we just hit the ground running. We had a lot that we had to put in, a lot that we had to do. And the biggest part of it is the guys getting to know me and getting to trust me, and then also us as a staff, whether it was me or Coach Wright or Coach Jackson or anybody that was new, getting to know the guys, where their strengths are, and where we needed to, help each other out and make sure that we could protect, certain aspects of the offense or defense, whatever it is. And so it's definitely been a transition, but we're excited, and we're very grateful to be here and grateful for the kids that we have, because they're great young men that put a lot of effort and a lot of work into this team.
Well, let's talk about some of those challenges you experienced in that transitional period. I mean, of course, you've got a sophomore quarterback in Caleb Sullivan who looked absolutely amazing during the benefit game against Maumelle. You've got a lot of talent on that offensive side, but what was kind of some of the bigger challenges you and your coaching staff faced this offseason and maybe during the benefit game?
Yeah, so, again, you think about just kind of the way that the program's been ran for years, because from when Kevin had it and then Coach Lucas – everything's been the exact same from fifth grade all the way through. So this is like the first new system that these guys have had to learn since they were young. So obviously the transition there is interesting, but our guys have done a great job. It's one of those that we do mesh a few of the same concepts that they've had in the past. But like you said, man, it's a huge transition, just understanding how we practice, because the way that we practice is a little bit different. And we just want to make sure that we're able to be as physical as possible while staying healthy in practice, and that's something that we've really been working on.
Well, you talked about it. You mentioned the kind of the new era of Pulaski Academy football, but last season, didn't have a season that a lot of the fans of the community members have seen for the Bruins in quite some time. But, just with such a young roster, I mean, how are you keeping these guys motivated to kind of keep their heads up? Because some of these guys have got a long way to go in their high school careers.
Yeah, like you said, as far as the motivation, with the young guys, it's probably easier with young guys to motivate them than older guys, right? Because whenever you're trying to motivate the guys that have been there and done it and had success, a lot of times you got to find ways to push their buttons. With young guys, they're just excited to be out there and excited for the process to get started. So, motivation has not been an issue at all for us. Like you said, we got a lot of young guys, and they just got to continue to learn and play with confidence. That's the biggest thing that we saw against Maumelle is that we had a lot of young guys. We think about Caleb. It was one of those that after the scrimmage, we talked and said, man, can you believe he's a sophomore and went out there that poised? Because I remember starting as a sophomore at quarterback on a varsity level, and it was not like that. He went out there and played with confidence, and that's the number one thing we want to instill in those young guys is to just go out there and let it rip and do what we do in practice. And whenever we do that, we play pretty well.
Talk about Caleb Sullivan a little bit. I mean, of course, last season he gets a couple varsity reps. He comes into the playoff game and kind of doesn't have the great showing that he had in the benefit game. But just talk about how much you guys have kind of started to develop him at the start of this season.
Yeah, Coach Patton's his coach. I mean, and you think about the quarterbacks that Coach Patton has coached, from Brandon Allen, Austin Allen, just a bunch of them. Taylor Powell there at Fayetteville. I mean, a lot of guys have gone and had success. So having him be able to coach those quarterbacks is huge. And then the thing with Caleb is he's extremely smart, extremely football smart, and that's huge for us. The guy that I kind of compare him to is the last guy that I had that started for us as a sophomore. That's Donovan Amalo. He started for us at Conway as a sophomore, junior, and senior. Now he's going to start this year for UCA. He's just one of those guys that he's just a winner, and he's very smart. And Caleb reminds me a lot of him as far as the way that he picks up the offense and he can lead people.
So you guys traveled to Melissa. You traveled to Melissa to play in Texas, your season opener. How important is it for you as a coach to have these kind of bigger games against schools that may be bigger than some of the players on the field that are in the Bruin uniform? But talk about that matchup and what you guys have already begun seeing on film.
Yeah, obviously making the travel down there about 5 hours plus is going to be great for our guys. We're going to go down there. We're going to spend some time. We're going to go down Thursday, stay the night, and then we're going to be able to, see how we, cope with that and how we can continue to be mature. And that's something that we got to continue to do is be a mature football team because there are going to be times when we have to take road trips. And later in the year, we go north side. That's the other long trip. It's probably about 2.5 hours. And then whenever you get into the playoffs, I mean, if you go up to Northwest Arkansas, it's going to be a three-plus hour drive. So we got to be a mature football team. We got to go down there. Obviously, we want to enjoy it and we want to have the camaraderie, but we also want to go down there and be focused on what we need to get done. And I think our guys will do that. So we're excited about it. And of course, like you said, Melissa, a school probably about 1,400 kids. So typical like a 6A type school here in Arkansas as far as the numbers. Great facilities. We're going to go down there and play in one of the best stadiums and high school stadiums in the country. It's going to be a really cool environment. And anytime you can go down there and you can push your guys, with competition that's similar to what we're going to see and what we want to compete with at the high end, the Bryants, the Conways, the Bentonvilles, those are the teams that we're aiming to compete with. So we want to see that as much as possible.
So talk to me about your running back situation. Of course, Rashawn Mitchell out early with the injury, got hurt in the spring game. Then from what I believe, he re-aggravated the injury, but talk to me about that running back room and how much of a dynamic that has been for your offense. I mean, you got Bryce Gittens, who we've talked a lot of times at practice and even before the benefit game, how electric he is. But just talk about that running back room and what you're liking to see from those guys.
Yeah, obviously we had some setbacks with a couple guys that we were hoping to get out there on the field, and those guys will be back at some point. But right now, that's like you said, Bryce Giddens. He's one of the more electric guys that we have. Extremely strong, powerful kid. We got to find a way to get him on the field and make sure that he's getting the ball in space and touching it more often than just out at receiver. So we're going to have to move in the backfield as well. I got a young guy, a sophomore, Slade Kinder. I think he's going to be a guy that rolls through back there. He is just a guy that's a ball player. Whenever you talk about just a guy that can get open, make catches, he can run the ball within the inside the tackles. He's going to be a guy that's going to be all over the field for us. Smart kid that's dynamic. So we got to find a way to get him on the field as well, especially as a sophomore. He's going to just do nothing but continue to grow and get better. So we're excited about Slade as well.
So we talked about the plus sides of you being the new head coach of the Pulaski Academy Bruins and some of the plus side of things you saw in the benefit game. But what did you take away from the benefit game that maybe you didn't like or maybe that you and the coaching staff kind of talked about after, like, hey, this is what we need to hammer home before Melissa?
Yeah, so we got to be able to run the ball consistently. Now it's one of those that I'm not going to sit here and beat my head against the wall if they got too many guys in the box. But when people are, putting 4-5 guys in the box, we got to be able to run the ball consistently, get 4 or 5 yards at a time. And of course, whenever you talk about the defensive side, we got to stop the run consistently, which we did a pretty good job with that. We had one turnover. We got one turnover on a deflected pass. Raheem made a great play on a deflection right there early in the game. But we also had one that got knocked out. We ran up there. And I can't remember who it was. It might have been Manning or somebody knocked the ball out. And we had a couple guys maybe not running to the football. So we got to, hey, if we run to the football, now we're +2 in turnovers, and we're probably another score up. And that's one of those things in close games, running to the football when that thing lays on the ground, because you don't have many opportunities with that. You might get 2 or 3 of those a game. So we got to run to the football and make sure that we're doing a great job making our own breaks with turnovers.
Right. You talk about Raheem Jackson. Of course, he had the interception off the deflection, like you mentioned, but what kind of a dynamic does he bring to the defensive side of the ball? I mean, I know there's the Andrew Mannings of the world that are going to hound to the ball, make those tackles on the backfield, but what kind of a dynamic does Raheem bring to your secondary?
Yeah, anytime you have length like what Raheem has, he's a taller guy. A lot of teams will kind of shy away from throwing at the longer guy, the taller guy, and so that's something that we can possibly do, kind of tilt the field a certain direction and let Raheem kind of go one-on-one with the guy over there on his side. So anytime that you have a guy that's got that, skill set and that much talent, along with that frame, is going to be a really good asset for you.
So without revealing too much of your game plan, of course, what are you seeing from the Melissa film that you guys are really excited to see in person and live in action?
Yeah, so they are they're a big football team, big strong football team. They play pretty light in the box with the defense. So we've got to be able to consistently run it. Now, are we going to run it for 250, 300 yards? Probably not, but we got to try to get it where they get out of a 3-high look. That's their basis, a 3-high look. So if we can get them to a 2-high or even a 1-high, that would be better for us, because then we can create explosive plays with our guys on the edge. And then defensively, they're really good at running the ball, and they're really good with the RPOs out wide. So we've got to be able to control the box with 6, maybe 7 guys at the very most, and we got to be able to take away space on the back end, take away their RPOs. So whether that's through man coverage or changing our looks and rolling people here or there, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to be pretty multiple, like we always are. But that's the biggest thing about it, is we got to stop the run, and we got to be able to run the ball enough to keep them honest.
Well, Coach, my last one for you before we let you go, just talk about that kind of first game on the road. Last year the Bruins had a lot of games on the road. Excuse me, had a lot of games on the road. This time you guys have a lot of games at home. But talk about being comfortable in the uncomfortable a little bit. I mean, you go down to Texas, 10,000 seat stadium in Melissa that you guys are going into. But talk about how you're preparing the guys to be comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that you just got to get tons of reps. And you can talk about the stadium, you can show them pictures, you can do this, you can do that, but the reality of it is you're gonna be a lot more comfortable whenever you go out there and you ran a play that you've ran 1,000 times, or you go out there and you feel great about your matchup, and where this guy's gonna line up, and you just go play. And so that's the thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to create the reps throughout the week and throughout the off season where it's just second nature. We go out there and we enjoy the moment. We enjoy playing in a 10,000 seat stadium. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're just going out there and executing the things that we've done 1,000 times. And that's what we're trying to aim for and try to make these guys comfortable with, is just, man, let's just go do our thing and let's let it rip. And whatever happens, happens. But we're going to go out there and play with confidence. We're going to do what we do offensively. We're going to do what we do defensively. And we're going to try to make things happen.
Well, kickoff's just right around the corner here, Melissa, for your Bruins, taking on Melissa in their first matchup of the season. Coach, thank you so much for sitting down with us to do the first Coach's Corner of your Pulaski Academy debut.
Of course, guys. Proud to be here.
That'll do it here for the Coach's Corner with Coach Mark Kelly here on PA Live, presented by the Natural State Sports Network. It's week 0 of the 2026 Pulaski Academy football season, and we bring you this game from Coach Kenny Dill Stadium here in Melissa, Texas, as the Melissa Cardinals take on your Pulaski Academy Bruins. Here in the booth, Tristan Harlen here with Coach Blake Amsler. And Blake, it's another great season to be here with Pulaski Academy Bruins.
Absolutely, and starting it in a beautiful place like this is what Texas football is all about. Is you get a great shot of the stadium we're at. Oh man, you can't get it any better than this. Brand new stadium, a couple years old, plenty of seats for everybody, and just great amenities, great people as well.
A new era for Bruin football as Coach Mark Kelly starts his era as the head guy for Pulaski Academy in Melissa against the Cardinals. Blake, looking at this matchup, what are we excited to see from our Bruins?
Well, as we get with some of these non-conference games, this is the first matchup between these two teams. Never seen each other, which is no surprise. And both teams' first game of the year, they both had a little scrimmage. I was talking to Coach Taylor before the game a little bit. They both exchanged scrimmage tape of each other, so there's a few plays that each team has seen of the other one. But overall, I'm sure both teams kind of feel a little bit blind of new team on both ends. As you can see here, Melissa, Texas plays in 5A Division I football in Texas. As you can see with the stadium as well. Kind of matches, right? And then PA obviously up in 7A, highest classification in Arkansas.
Of course, we talked about Mark Kelly's first regular season game as PA's head coach being tonight, but also in addition to that, it's Caleb Sullivan's first real varsity reps as the starting quarterback for the Pulaski Academy Bruins. We saw him 2 weeks ago in the benefit game against Maumelle, but you can only chop that up so much for Caleb Sullivan is now he's going to be getting 4 quarters of live varsity action.
Right, and as you talk to Coach Kelly on the pregame show, is that what gets a young quarterback comfortable? A nice running game, right? And with the injuries to some of the Rashawn and some of the other running backs, it looks like Slade Kentner and Bryce Gittens both going to get some action in the backfield. So definitely be something to look at. And then as far as the defensive side of the ball, definitely got to pressure them. I'm sure they're going to want to come out and try to run the ball and control the game from their end. And so PA defense is always good about kind of creating some havoc, creating some pressure. And then what that does is then it turns into your turnovers and your explosive plays on both sides of the ball. So that, I think, would be your keys to the game for PA.
Now, we talked about Pulaski Academy. What about Melissa? What do they need to do to send the Bruins back to Little Rock upset?
Oh, you got to make me think like I'm the other coach? Gosh, that's the worst. Well, we got listed here, force Caleb to make sophomore mistakes. I mean, obviously, we're the PA announcers. We'd rather that not happen. But, yes, that would be a thing, is if the turnover battle goes against PA, that's not going to be good, obviously. And then, yeah, Melissa's going to have the size advantage, whether it's the D-line, O-line, the lines, the linebackers, the secondaries, probably all going to be a size disadvantage for PA players in general. And then, your one X factor for me is Chase Hancock. He's the one that if you do let him loose, it could be a very long touchdown really quickly. And so if he gets on a roll, a couple catches to get him comfortable early, he could have a really good game.
Of course, tonight, the Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic here in Melissa, Texas. So that means you're going to be hearing the audio version of the game tonight live. And then after the game has concluded, you'll be able to see some video later on the PA Live YouTube channel. But, Blake, it's like I said in the open, it's great to be back with the Bruins for year number 2 here on the PA Live Network. But, man, oh, man, it's a new-look Pulaski Academy team.
Oh, 100%. And it was really it was very refreshing and cool to see in the scrimmage game last week that we did, just a new look offense that this school hasn't seen in a while. It's still, I try to tell people, it's still a spread offense. It's still fast-paced like it always has been, but it's just the play calling is a little different. It just feels a little different. And then last week it really just looked like the same old PA defense that we've kind of seen for the last decade with the staff still staying the same on that side of the ball. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see how we've made our bread and butter on undersized guys using play calling and creativeness to beat big teams like this. So I'm really encouraged and excited to see what Coach Kelly's got for us.
Well, we talked about the matchup. We talked about some keys to the game. What about impact players? Who are you highlighting in this one to make big plays early?
Well, we already talked about them on the offensive side, but we'll hit them again. Number one, Caleb Sullivan, sophomore quarterback, first time starting. Had a great game last week in the scrimmage, the few plays that he was out there. He had four touchdowns, I think?
4 or 5.
Yeah, maybe 5, actually. I maybe shortchanging him a little bit. But, just a sophomore like we've talked about. So he's got to keep his composure. If something bad does happen, which it inevitably will, you got to keep your head in the game and just think about the next play. And then obviously on the offensive side, Chase, we already mentioned him as the X factor of just he catches so many of those screen passes and short little slant routes that he can make 1-2 people miss and get a lot of yards afterwards. On the defensive side, we look at Austin Childress, returning starter from last year, did a lot of great stuff for that PA defense last year and really caused a lot of havoc against Maumelle last week. And then Raheem Jackson, we talked about him. He had the pick on the first opening drive against Maumelle, which was kind of just a tone setter right off the bat. And so I look for him to really lock up some of these big, tall receivers we saw down on the field for Melissa.
Of course, that brings me to my point about Raheem Jackson, the heads-up play in the benefit game against Maumelle. How important, looking at that side of the ball, will that be to play a team like Melissa here tonight? Oh,
I'm sure. I haven't seen a ton of film of Melissa, but the receivers that I'm seeing down on the field pregame look like they're ready to catch a jump ball. So would not be surprised if they try to test both of our corners pretty early with some jump balls. But Raheem's got that size and the speed both to stay right with them, stay in their hip pocket, and then get a hand up in there and knock it down and maybe even tip it up and create something bigger.
Of course, Tristan Harlen here with Blake Amsler, our game analyst, former coach of the offensive line for the Pulaski Academy Bruins. But, man, oh, man, as you see the Bruins getting ready, well, you don't see just yet. You'll see it later. But as we see the Bruins getting ready to walk out to the field to take on Melissa in this Week 0 matchup, we'll have a third member of our crew joining us here momentarily as the Bruins get ready to run with new head coach, Coach Mark Kelly. And it is about that time to go down to the third member of our crew. We'll give her just a second to get ready. And we're going to go ahead and send it down to Amelia. Amelia, how's it going down there?
So last week during the exhibition game, you were
Please welcome the Pulaski Academy Bruins.
As they take to field in this week 0 matchup. Great reporting down there by Amelia. A little bit of audio issues will come to her periodically there in the game. The Bruins wearing their gold lids, white uniforms, white bottoms with that gold number. And Melissa getting ready to run out from their side of the tunnel. Looks like they're wearing their home black uniforms. It's a very slick look.
I always like the PA all whites, though.
Oh, yeah.
Something about it.
And all whites always look very, very nice for the Bruins. Of course, I'm going to have to talk to somebody about getting us some all-white Bruin jerseys because they're pretty slick now.
Now you're talking. We know some people.
We know some people. If not, we know some people that know some people. But as the Melissa Cardinals get ready to take the field, we want to thank you for tuning in to PA Live, courtesy of the Natural State Sports Network for this Week 0 matchup. Starting here with Blake Amsler, reminding you once again that this game is audio only for the live feed. After this game concludes, the video will be uploaded due to the Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic in this Week 0 matchup.
We were kind of talking before the game about the different stadiums that we've been to. Some of these, I've walked past Allen Stadium, and then we played in Highland Park last year and a couple years before that. There's something about how spread out this stadium is. Like it's got a lot of seats, but it feels so spread out that they're like, even if you're in the stands, you got so much room to sit, and it's a really wide, spread out stadium. Whereas Highland Park was very compacted and very high, built into the city. So it's a different vibe for sure.
And here comes the Melissa Cardinals, getting ready to do battle against your Pulaski Academy Bruins.
You'll hear us talk about some of the Melissa players throughout the game. Plenty of college offers to go around. Almost every position group has at least one, if not multiple people with college offers. Some of the ones that really stand out to me, defensive side of the ball, they have an outside linebacker, Special Henry, who's an Iowa State commit, and then an Arkansas State commit, Owen Willis, is an inside linebacker. So be on the lookout for those guys, and we will try to get their name called as much as we can. They'll probably stand themselves out, I'd imagine.
Of course, the Cardinals led onto the field by head coach Matt Nally. He's been at Melissa for quite some time. Of course, a state champion winning program here in Melissa, Texas. It's a beautiful night for Pulaski Academy football in this Week 0 matchup. Of course, this game audio only due to the Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic next week. The Bruins will be back at home, a good breath of fresh air after the last season. I'm sure the road trips racked up the miles between you, myself, and Kyle Sutherland.
Right. And speaking of the audio only, we'll kind of get this out early and we'll leave it at it. But we're going to try to do a little bit better about descriptions of stuff. But we're TV guys at the end of the day, so we are going to default sometimes to saying like, "Oh, look at that great play,"
right.
Even though we do understand that you cannot see it right this second.
Of course, the coin toss about to go underway at midfield.
Captain for the Cardinals, number 8, Owen Willis. Number 22, Jeremiah.
I believe Bryce Gittens is going to be one of the captains down there at midfield for the coin toss.
7, Ryan Perry. And number 99.
And Luke Edwards, the senior left tackle, going to join him.
The coin toss today is brought to you by Bright Wealth Management. And I want to point out that tonight's coin toss is Wipeout Kids Cancer Warrior Victoria.
Of course, we're waiting to see the
Joined by her
winner of the coin toss and what the
Carlos.
decision will be.
Applause, please.
Again, we'll talk about kind of the reason as to why it's audio only. There's some broadcast rights stuff that the this whole game putting together is for that children's foundation that we talked about early on, and so they're kind of not doing a live broadcast, so that more people would come to the game, support it, and get some more money donated to that foundation. So that is the reason why.
Pulaski has won the toss. Melissa will kick off and defend the north end zone.
Sounds like Pulaski Academy will get the ball first
Thank you,
to
Victoria.
start this matchup. So we'll get to see sophomore quarterback Caleb Sullivan take the field after the kickoff.
You know, one thing I came into this game thinking that the heat might be an issue, and it was, 103 or something when we were driving down. But the great thing about having a gigantic stadium with a gigantic press box is that the sun goes down really fast behind it. So it's actually pretty much the entire field is in the shade right now. So I really don't think the heat will be much of a problem. The stands over there kind of still got some lasting daylight, but we'll be undercover pretty soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
It sounds like the national anthem will get underway, so we're going to take a quick step away for that, and we'll be right back.
Take stock.
It's time to study the savings at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets. With up to 40% off store-wide and 0% interest for 36 months. You'll make the honor roll with these savings at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, where we make it beautiful for less.
A warm first day greeting from an experienced and dedicated classroom teacher.
Instruction and curriculum that ignite a student's passion for learning from early childhood through graduation.
Fine arts, athletics, and extracurricular activities that expand our students' horizons and enrich their lives. These are just a few of the reasons why our faculty, parents, students, alumni are passionate about the Pulaski Academy mission.
Based on extensive feedback from parents, faculty, and alumni, the board led the charge in developing a new strategic plan and mission statement to guide the investments we will make in PA's people, programs, and facilities for years to come. We invite you to review the strategic plan and discover how ensuring faculty and staff excellence, transforming and renewing our campus, and furthering the standard of excellence of our fine arts, athletics, college counseling, student wellness, and other programs will ensure that we are well prepared to serve and support present and future Bruins.
We have also developed a new mission statement, one that captures the essence of our exceptional school and the aspirations that we hold for each student.
We are an academic community
dedicated to excellence,
where each student is valued,
challenged,
and empowered to achieve.
Building on our rich tradition of excellence and the dedication of our PA community, these are great days to be a Bruin.
And the initiatives outlined in this strategic plan ensure that the future looks bright for our current and future Bruins.
Pulaski Academy has had a generational impact on our family. I'm an alum. My siblings are Pulaski Academy alums. We've got children, our 4 children, my nieces and nephew. It's just an amazing way that Pulaski Academy has impacted us.
I'm a product of public school, so coming to a private school, our children in a private school was new for me. And I thought, well, we're paying this tuition. Shouldn't that cover everything? And what I've realized as I have been a father here of 4 is that tuition does not pay for everything. It does not allow PA to achieve the excellence and the #1 ranking that we enjoy right now as a private school in Arkansas. It takes the annual fund or the Fund for Excellence for us to achieve excellence in every moment.
To align our annual giving campaign with the mission of the school, we've renamed it the Fund for Excellence. This fund provides vital resources that go directly to what matters most, our students. It supports our dedicated faculty, staff, and coaches, ensuring they have the tools and training.
And a little bit of a correction as we welcome you back to Coach Kenny Deal Stadium. Pulaski Academy will be kicking the football off first. The PA announcer said that they were going to be receiving, but it's an onside kick by Caleb Sullivan, recovered by Melissa near the 35-yard line. So here comes the Cardinal offense, led by quarterback Turner Willicke, who has multiple college offers. And they'll be facing the Pulaski Academy defense that we talked about had a great benefit game with multiple sacks, a forced turnover, and just a great showing all around. So it's 1st and 10 for Melissa from their own 35-yard line. Fumble is the snap is fumbled, trying to make something out of nothing, and he gets wrapped up by 2 Bruins back at the 25-yard line. It's a loss of 10, 2nd down coming up for Melissa.
Heck of a start there. I don't think the quarterback was ready to catch that, and it went right through his hands, and no one else was ready as well. And so an easy sack for the PA defense.
So 2nd and 19. They're going to fake the handoff. Flag's going to come out, and they're going to signal false start on Melissa.
Well, can't complain about this start.
It's a PI Roofing penalty flag thrown early against Melissa, so they'll back things up even further. So now it was 2nd and 19, looks to be 2nd and about 24 to 25. And it'll be 2nd down still from the 23. Fakes the handoff, looks, throws it, and that's going to be too low, incomplete. And that ball had a chance to get intercepted, but it hit the turf before it got to a defender.
Yeah, Andrew Manning was in a perfect spot there to undercut that slant, and it just would die. The ball died right in front of him, bringing up a really long 3rd down. 3rd and about 20-something.
So 3rd and 24 from their own 23. Pressure coming, steps up, room to run, going to get away from it, but he gets tripped up before he gets back to the first line to gain. It'll be 4th down coming up for Melissa, and they're going to bring on the punting unit.
Yeah, Tyler Galloway was the linebacker that came through on the blitz and pressured the quarterback to step up, and then him and Andrew Manning both kind of finished him off, and a good opening drive for the PA defense.
Jaden Sandoval is on to punt the football away for Melissa. Nobody's back deep for Pulaski Academy. It's going to be a high punt, go past midfield, and it'll get down out of bounds. I think they're going to put him down right at their own 30, possibly at the 28-yard line. So great first defensive possession for your Pulaski Academy Bruins. A false start, a fumbled snap, and great pressure from the defense forces a big turnover early.
Yeah, I think that could have maybe gone down as first game nerves, first snap nerves for some of those guys as well. But hopefully, hey, if the PA offense comes out firing right here, this could turn into something interesting quick.
They're going to mark the punt down at the Pulaski Academy 34. So it's 1st and 10 on the left hash mark. A couple people go in motion. Hancock's the man in the backfield. Sullivan dumps it off to Chase Hancock. Chase Hancock around the right side, trying to get away, but he'll be forced out of bounds at around the 32. So we're going to see if they give him any or if they say it's a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to mark him out of bounds, a couple yards shy. But again, you'll notice the tempo of this PA offense, they're right up on the ball immediately.
Empty set, man in motion. They're going to hand the ball off. I believe that's Bryce Gittins with the carry. He gets hit hard. He'll be down at about the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd and manageable coming up here for Pulaski Academy as they're on the left hash mark of the field.
Yeah, brought Bryce in motion there and gave him the sweep, but only picked up about 3 yards, so still 3rd and 9.
From their own 35, Sullivan sends a man in motion. Calls for the snap, drops back. Pressure coming, rolls out all the time in the road, zips it, incomplete, not enough on that one. 4th down coming up for Pulaski Academy. It's 2 drives for both teams and 2 3-and-outs for both teams.
Yeah, that was Bailey Lowe coming across underneath, and he was covered up the whole way. So Caleb really didn't have much to look at and just ended up throwing it away. But how about this? Caleb staying out there with the offense on 4th and 9.
4th and 9 from their own 35. Sullivan trying to get Melissa to jump off sides. They're going to look to the sideline for a new call. He's going to drop, looks to punt, and that's what he's going to do. It's going to be a high punt.
Decent one.
Down at about the 30, not down to official yet, but now it is, and it'll be a punt from Pulaski Academy. So Melissa will take back over pretty much where they started their first possession, Blake.
Yeah, just changing hands back and forth there. No harm, no foul either way. One thing I noticed is that with PA's clap count that was throwing Maumelle off so much last week, Melissa really just has not budged whatsoever. So that D-line's doing a really good job of watching the ball and not listening to that clap.
Be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Willicke calling for the snap. They're going to hand it off up the left-hand side. Burst of speed, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Nowhere to go but the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Bear Tabor with a monstrous run on the first play of their second possession puts Melissa on the board with the game's first touchdown.
And that's one of those guys we talked about with all the commits. He's got multiple Power 4 offers. I know Arkansas, Baylor, and many others on his list. And showing off why right there. He looks like a Derrick Henry running. He's got such thin legs but a huge upper body and runs really hard.
Looks like Melissa will stay on the field to possibly try a 2-point conversion, and now they're going to audible out of that, and it looks like they're going to line up for the PAT kick. Here's the snap. The kick is up. The kick will sail through the uprights and will be good. 9:46 left to go in the first quarter, and the Cardinals lead it 7-0.
Yeah, after such a great start on that first drive, and then just to give up one quick, easy play like that, and really no one was even there close to even make a play. So that'll definitely be something that the defense needs to come back in and fix on the next drive.
Of course, we want to thank you for tuning in to PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network. Tristan Harlen here with Blake Amsler, Amelia Boyd, our third member of our crew, is down there on the sideline. We'll go to her periodically during this matchup. Of course, this game audio only for the Wipeout Children's Cancer Football Classic here in Melissa, Texas for this Week 0 matchup. Of course, the second possession for Melissa was a big run from Bear Tabor that got them on the board with the game's first touchdown. After their first possession did not go as planned, they went 3 and out, and then Pulaski Academy did the same on their first possession.
Yeah, that first drive for them was just plagued with the fumble and the penalty. And the second drive, they come back like, yeah, let's just hand it to our stud running back and let's see what he's got. And he ran for 65 yards and a touchdown.
It'll be Chase Hancock and Bryce Gittens down for the return. Here's the kick. He'll go over the head of Bryce Gittens into the end zone for a touchback. So Pulaski Academy will take over on their own side of the field. And we're going to send it down to the third member of our crew, Amelia Boyd. Amelia?
This matchup between these two teams, and both are opening their seasons tonight. Melissa comes into a 5A Division I powerhouse, so for PA, the key will be slowing down that physical rushing attack. Offensively, PA needs to establish the run, protect Caleb Sullivan, and create explosive plays. And of course, winning the turnover battle could be the difference tonight. Back to the box.
Well, the rushing attack has been pretty well for Melissa here early. And they're going to flip it. Big-time play up coming for Pulaski Academy, trying to make another man miss. But he'll get down shy of the marker. Trying to see who is that on the carry.
That looked like Miles McDaniel, who they flipped it to there, the young freshman.
Miles McDaniel with the big-time carries. It's 2nd and 1 on the 34-yard line. Sullivan hands the ball off to Bryce Gittens. Bryce Gittens is met by big number 42. That's J.P. Mitchell, the inside linebacker, with the tackle.
Yeah, you're right. That was a big-time collision right in the middle of the defense, but did get just enough for that first down.
Pulaski Academy playing fast. Man in motion. I believe that's Miles McDaniel. Sullivan's going to drop back. Time to throw. Surveys. Throws it to the sideline. Incomplete. No flags. That was intended for number 11, Wynn Wilson.
Yeah, he made a good throw, actually, to a place where only Wynn could catch it and no one else, and that defender was right on him, and just not enough room there for Wynn to make that catch.
So 2nd and 10 from the 35. bunch right for the Pulaski Academy Bruins. Going to fake the handoff, throw it. Chase Hancock, burst of speed, room to run, and he almost gets away. But it'll be past midfield, and he'll have enough for the Bruin first down. And that's a touchdown-saving tackle right there for Melissa, because if Chase breaks that one, he's in the end zone for 6.
Yeah, you're right. If he does get one more step, he was wild loose.
Sullivan going to drop back, looks, throws it deep, man open, and he doesn't catch it, incomplete, but a PI roofing penalty flag is thrown. That was Wynn Wilson, the intended target. But I have a feeling this one is going to be thrown against Melissa.
Yeah, and that was a 40-yard bomb to the deep right, Wynn just on a straight go route. And ball was hung up there great by Caleb, and did pull out the flag for the pass interference. And along with that is Melissa calling a timeout.
Automatic first down.
It was Kellen McFarland.
Melissa, first of the half.
Kevin McFarland, the safety that committed the pass interference, and Melissa does call the timeout. So 8:32 remains here in the first quarter. Melissa still up in front, 7-0, but the Bruins are looking to respond quickly.
One difference that I know is a difference between the Texas high school rules that play really from a college base of rules versus the high school rules that Arkansas plays in, is that pass interferences actually are automatic first downs here in Texas, whereas in Arkansas they're not automatic first downs. So if it's, let's say it's, second and 20 and you get a pass interference, in Arkansas it's just 15 yards and it's still second down. But in Texas down here it's automatic first down regardless. So it could be 3rd and 30, and if you get a pass interference, automatic first down.
Of course, the Bruins knocking on the door of the red zone as it's 1st and 10 from the Melissa 30. Flips it to Chase Hancock around the left side, still running near the sideline before he's forced out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him and if he has enough of the first. I believe he will. So it'll be first down for the Bruins as they are now in the red zone.
Doing a really good job of mixing up the outside runs and inside runs here.
Sullivan going to hand the ball off. That play going absolutely nowhere. They're going to say the ball came out, and it's a forced turnover, and Melissa has the football.
Oh, man, that happened so fast. I don't even know if Bryce really ever got the ball in his grasp much.
That was the Demon Deacon Brenham Cherney with the turnover, and I believe he also recovered it. So the drive for the Bruins comes to an abrupt end, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the 20 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker because they were moving the ball really well there. And, that running play right up the middle, as we talked about, they were going inside and outside and went right up the gut and just instantly lost it right as he hit the line of scrimmage.
Blicky calls for the snap. Going to take it himself. Breaks away from one, still on his feet. He'll be brought down, but he'll have enough of the first. He'll be brought down, I believe, at the 39-yard line of Melissa, but nonetheless, it'll be a fresh new set of downs.
Yep, Carter Wicker coming down from safety to bring him down, but again, a big pickup of like 15 yards.
Hand it off to Bear once again. That
Nice.
time, though, Bear is met in the backfield as soon as he gets the handoff. He'll be brought down, second down coming up here for Melissa.
And that's a play we saw a ton of in Maumelle. Number 30, Andrew Manning, slicing in there from his outside linebacker spot and sliding into that B gap for another tackle for loss.
He'll throw the quick receiver screen. Wrapped up, almost breaks away, but he finally gets brought down by 2 Bruins. It was first contact made by Colin Neal, the corner.
Yeah, Colin did a good job coming up and going low, but just didn't get enough to bring him down for a loss, and he picked up about, 5 or 6 yards on that to bring it up short.
DK Woodard was the one that hauled in that reception.
Guess it was first.
Willicke's going to take it himself. Room around the outside. 30, 35, 20. Gets brought down in the red zone. Be first down for the Cardinals upcoming.
Second quarterback draw of this drive. They after the big runs from Bear, their big running back, they now are leaning on the quarterback for the running game.
It's Turner Willicke, who's got multiple offers to play at the next level. Willicke going to do it again himself. This time, though, he'll be dropped down at the 10-yard line.
I laugh because I feel like the running back was wanting that ball or like he was expecting it, and the quarterback just like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm going to keep this right quick.
So
but short gain, yeah.
2nd and 7 from the 10 of the Pulaski Academy Bruins. Right hash mark. Willicke going to call for the snap. Throws it. Caught by Woodard. Woodard gets hit as soon as he brings it in.
There's Colin Neal coming up, giving him a smack right on the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Pulaski Academy Bruins. Didn't know if maybe
Right
Colin
hash
Neal
mark.
got a break on that ball at the right moment to pick it off, and if he did, he was probably going to take it to the house. Nonetheless, it's 3rd and 7 from the 10. Willicke tries to get Pulaski Academy to jump, and it does not work, so now they're going to look to the sideline to change the play. Willicke calls for the snap. They're just going to hand it off to Bear Tabor. No, they're going to keep it himself and almost intercepted into the end zone. It'll get batted away, incomplete. I believe that was Carter Wicker who got his hand on that football, bringing up 4th and 7 for Melissa.
Yeah, credit Andrew Manning for the pressure in the backfield, causing the quarterback to throw it quick. And boy, oh boy, you called it. Carter right underneath that slant route, was ready for it, and it just went through his hands. Luckily still incomplete, though, and bringing up the 4th down.
So 4th and 7. They can get a first down without scoring. Willicke calls to the snap, rolls out left, looks, throws it. It's going to be caught. He does have enough of the first, but it'll make a move. It'll get in. Touchdown, Melissa. That's DK Woodard with the touchdown reception, now at 13-0 with 5:56 remaining in our first quarter.
Yeah, that quick rollout game right there, the 3-man route, really messed up the PA secondary and got him confused and left him wide open underneath, and then he made an easy walk in to the end zone.
So Raheem Jackson playing a little too deep on that play, which allowed Woodard to be wide open underneath for the walk-in touchdown. So we wait the PAT from Melissa. Kick is up, and the kick will sail through the uprights and be good. 5:56 left to go in the first quarter. Melissa leads at 14-0.
Man, PA got it down to the 4th down there in the red zone. Thought they were going to be able to pull it out.
So now we'll get ready to see the Bruin offense come back out onto the field after 2 drives, one that ended in a punt and the other that ended in a lost fumble.
Yeah, honestly, we were moving the ball pretty well there, though. That second drive, I really liked what we were doing, and then just the fumble kind of caused it to abruptly end. But I think the PA offense has got what it needs to score a few points here and get back in this game.
So we wait the kickoff from the Melissa special teams unit. Again, it'll be Gittens and Hancock back deep to return this one. As the Bruin offense down by 2 scores. Last time he kicked it was a touchback, and that one's going to do much of the same. It almost hit the exact same spot, as a matter of fact. So the Bruin offense comes back out onto the field in the same spot they started last drive. Of course, the big pass interference after the 40-yard bomb to Wynn Wilson that was incomplete helped tremendously on that last drive. But we'll see if Caleb Sullivan and company can do much of the same this time out.
Yeah, that deep kicker, we don't have him listed as any college commit or anything or any offers, but golly, that ball's going to the deep end zone. That's a nice kick.
Gittens will be the tailback in the backfield with Sullivan. Hancock, the man in motion. Trips left. Sullivan looks, throws it, hauled in by Wynn Wilson. We'll have about 5 on that reception.
Yeah, nice quick out right there and an easy throw for Caleb to kind of get back comfortable. Get the ball out of his hands quick. Don't ask your lineman to do too much.
Be 2nd and 5 from the 30. Receivers out left. Miles McDaniel on the flip. Trying to get around to that outside, but he'll not gain any. 3rd down coming up here for the Bruins.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that flip to McDaniel going right was bound to lose yards. There was so much penetration on the right side, but he actually ended up using his speed and got it to no gain, which would be a positive for us.
So 3rd and 5 from the PA 30. Gittens the man in motion.
He becomes a receiver. Empty backfield. Sullivan looks, throws it, fires, caught by Gittens. Gittens has enough for the first down and bringing the chains on down because the Bruins have a first.
Put a pin on that right there. I don't know if you caught it, but they motioned Bryce out of the backfield to make 5 wide, and an inside linebacker went out to be with Bryce. Great matchup for PA and Coach Kelly moving forward. They go right back to it, as you can see.
Back to that 5 wide out set. Gittens comes back to the backfield. He gets the handoff, cuts it back inside. Trying to fight for extra yardage, but it'll be brought down at around the 40. 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Bruins. And, Blake, I got to tell you, right now, nobody sees anything. Only we see something.
True. I was talking to you, not our million fans watching.
So 4:30 left to go in the first. 2nd and 6 from the 40. Sullivan sends Miles McDaniel in motion, flips it again, steps up, looks to get extra yardage. It'll be short of the first down marker, but it'll be 3rd and manageable coming up here for the Bruins.
Again, just like that other one earlier, Miles coming across to get that jet sweep going to the right side, but great penetration from the Melissa defense there. Really not much there for him.
I'm going to say he gained absolutely 0, so 3rd and 5 from the 41.
Yes. There we go.
They get him to jump off sides.
That clap count got him right there.
So DK Woodard, the one that jumped off sides.
I think that's going to be enough for a first down. It's right at 3rd and 5.
We have a snap infraction by the center, number 71.
Oh, what?
5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
They called the penalty on the center of PA. I didn't see the ball move very much there. Gosh.
So Carter Sweat, the junior, was the one they called the flag on. So now it's 3rd and 10. Sullivan calls the snap, drops back, throws it, caught. Miles McDaniel gets lit up, but as soon as he brings it in, 4th down coming up here for the Bruins. He did not like that one.
Ethan Nanuju coming up and laying the smack on that one for a loss. Great job for that corner coming up and making a play.
So 3:20 left to go in the first quarter. It's 4th and 7 from the.
On the defense, number 54.
Oh.
5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
A late flag. I never even saw it come out on the field anymore. I didn't see the yellow.
I didn't see it either.
But they do call offsides on the defense, so we get that play back, and it's back to 3rd and 5.
So now it's 3rd and 5 once again for the Bruins from the 41-yard line. Sullivan hands it off, nowhere to go. He's wrapped up in the backfield, absolutely clobbered.
Yeah, PA tried to set up a little tailback draw there to Bryce, and someone missed a block on that middle linebacker. He came screaming through the middle and really caused a lot of havoc.
Jackson Foster was the inside linebacker that made the big hit. So now it's 4th and 12 for their own 36. Looks like PA is going to elect to go for it. So they try to get Melissa to jump off sides. It does not work, so we may see Sullivan punt this ball away. Looks like he's going to stand up strong in the pocket. He'll drop back, roll right, surveys, looks, throws it, caught!
Oh!
Chase Hancock brings it in. First down for the Bruins.
Way to keep working Chase. He was on an out route right at the sticks but was covered up. And as Caleb's getting pressured right on his roll out to the right, Chase works back to the left, throwing across his body, and he catches it for the first down. What a play to keep this drive going.
2 minutes remain. Hands off. Bryce Gittens trying to go somewhere. He gets wrapped up at the 50. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. The Bruins are going quick.
Yeah, they are, and that was number 5, Special Henry, coming up from safety, the Iowa State commit, and went low on Bryce. I'm glad to see Bryce get up after that one.
Sullivan fakes the handoff, throws it to Hancock. Hancock gets wrapped up on the sideline. Clock will continue to run for the moment. We stopped at 1:41 officially.
Coach Kelly mentioned it earlier, but they really base out of a 3 high safety look, and that's what we're seeing right now from them is they got 3 safeties, which means there's less people in the box. We should be able to run against this, even though it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. You don't really want to run against it.
Sullivan fakes the handoff, throws. It gets batted down, incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Bruins. My eyes went downfield.
I know, me too. That was one of Coach Kelly's favorite plays, especially in the scrimmage against Maumelle, is that play action, deep play action, and then hitting the slant right behind the linebackers. But one of those defensive linemen, I think it was that nose guard, got his hand up there and knocked it down before it even got there.
The Demon Deacon, Brenham Cherney, was the one that got his hands in. Minute 35, 4th and 6. Bruins going to go for it. They got it last time. Almost getting Woodard to jump off sides. Does not work. Sullivan calls the snap, drops back, looks, throws it, has an open man over, throws him incomplete, turnover on downs.
Yeah, he's looking to Bailey Lowe's way. He was a single receiver here on the short side. He had some room and some space where he could have caught it, but the ball just sailed on Caleb a little bit and went way out of bounds. So turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs, just couldn't find the mark. Of course, again, this being Caleb Sullivan's first real varsity reps, those mental errors are kind of bound to happen a little bit. But there's 91 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Melissa leads it 14-0.
That turnover on downs started right at midfield, so they're at their own 49 for Melissa to start this drive.
Of course, Melissa has been dominating the ground game thus far in this matchup. Flags are going to come out. We'll see what the call is.
Ball start on the offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
There'll be a false start called against Melissa, the PI Roofing penalty flag. First and 15 after the penalty. They'll hand it off to Bear Tabor. He's fighting for extra yardage. They're going to call him down past the 50.
Yeah, PA defense did a good job of stopping their line right there at the line of scrimmage, but Bear just kept those legs moving and moved the pile for a gain of about 7 yards somehow.
So 2nd and 8 after the carry by Tabor. Looks, throws it on the receiver screen. That's hauled in by number 15. That's Andrew Chapa.
And our Andrew brought him down, Andrew Manning, along with Carter Wicker.
So 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Cardinals. 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter as they have it on the PA 43. Willicke calls the snap, looks, going to carry it, and he gets wrapped up. It'll fight for extra yardage. He'll have enough for the first.
Yeah, did a good job of just kind of staying low and keeping those feet moving. He got hit behind the line of scrimmage, but kind of twisted off and got the first down.
25 seconds remaining. Willicke fakes the handoff, looks, throws a deep ball. Colin Neal playing great defense, and they're going to throw the flag. Let's see what the call is, if it's on Woodard or if it's on Colin Neal. It's a PI Roofing penalty flag nonetheless. Waiting the call from the White Hat.
Pass interference on the defense, number 7. It'll be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, they
Melissa.
called it on Colin. I couldn't necessarily see if he had a hand maybe on his waist. I thought it was pretty good coverage most of the time, unless there was something I missed down there. But got to roll with the punches. Some of that's going to happen. That's something that I thought we'd see a lot more of already, is these deep fade routes from their big receivers. And, yeah, I guess on the replay we do see a little bit of a hand grab around the waist.
Willicke looks, throws it. It's going to get batted away, and they're going to call it incomplete.
Andrew Manning in there just causing chaos, whether it's pressuring the quarterback and right there got his hands up on the quick screen pass that they were trying to throw and tipped it up in the air, but unfortunately no other PA Bruins around to catch it.
So 2nd and 10 after the bat away. Fake the handoff, throws it, caught. Near the sideline, room to run up the sideline. 10-5, touchdown to Melissa. Andrew Chapa with the touchdown reception. It's now 20-0. It's a Crane Automotive Team touchdown. And there's a flag back near the 20. So that might be a holding call. We'll see what the White Hat signals.
And our sideline crew down there, Amelia's saying it's a holding too. She thinks it's going to be a holding call, which is good for us.
Holding on the offense, number 0.
Nice.
It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
So that saves the touchdown and brings it back 10 yards. Big one there.
DK Woodard, who was targeted on the deep ball when the pass interference against Colin Neal was called, commits
Maybe that
to
was
holding.
a little ball don't lie type of thing, giving some back.
So 2nd and 20 after the holding. 7 seconds remain here in the first quarter, likely the last play. Look, he's going to drop back, surveys, steps up in the pocket, going to run. He gets met, brought down. 2nd down coming up, but that's how the first quarter concludes. At the end of the first quarter.
That is at the end of the first quarter.
Our score, Melissa 14, Pulaski Academy 0. At the end of the quarter, let's go on down to our sideline reporter, Amelia Boyd. Amelia, how's it going down there?
I also have
We'll go down to Amelia in just a second. It's the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is your score. Now we're going to try to go down to Amelia. Amelia, how's it going down there?
Now it's going good that y'all can hear me. Okay, so Melissa comes in with some serious. They've already got several players committed, including and they all multiple players holding offers from D1 college programs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if all that came through on the audio or not. It may have been a little scrambled, but she was talking about all the college commits they have and just players with offers out there. There's so many of out there on the field. I am sure we're bound to see some of these players playing next year on Saturdays instead of Fridays.
Great job, Amelia. So we come back at the start of the second quarter. 2nd and 20 from the Pulaski Academy 34. Melissa has the football, so they're looking to go up by 3 scores. McKee not going to hand it off. Steps up, throws it deep, overthrows his man, though incomplete. It was intended for Adrian Battle, another player with multiple college offers. 3rd down coming up here for the Cardinals.
And I'm continually impressed by this PA secondary. I know it's a couple new pieces out there from last year and a couple guys with some experience, but they've really held up against some of these big-time receivers. They're really, this drive, coming at Colin Neal a lot. They've kind of left Raheem alone down here on this sideline. We'll see where they go.
Look, he looks, pressure coming, steps up, yes! He's going to get sacked on 3rd and long.
Austin Childers, we talked about him pregame, and he's coming right through the nose, right in the quarterback's face, brings him down.
Be a 4th and long coming up, and quick, do want to remind everybody, of course, you're not seeing video, only audio for the live version due to the Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic this year. You'll be seeing video as soon as the game is over. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this ball game. It's 4th and 27. Melissa has the football back on their own 41. They're going to fake the handoff. Willicke looks, throws it deep, has Woodard for the moment.
No!
Does he catch it? No, he doesn't. Gosh. Incomplete, turnover on down.
He just shook that ball up to the sky. Deep left in the corner. Was hoping he came down with it. Luckily, that was Raheem right on him. Would have been an incredible catch if he came down. He almost did. But that will be a turnover on downs. And while we have a minute on this turnover on downs, I want to mention our Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week, Jackson Burton. Congrats to Jackson, the Bowen Heffley Orthopedics PA Student Athlete of the Week. Jackson distinguishes himself as a junior linebacker for our varsity football team on the field. In the classroom, Jackson challenges himself as he is currently taking 5 AP classes, all while maintaining a perfect GPA. Congrats, Jackson, for the excellence on and off the field.
First down for the Bruins. Flips to the chase. Hancock, he throws a flip pass. It's caught at the 40. He has room to run. Tries to break away. Still going. He gets brought down, though, near the 15. Bring the chains down. First down, Bruins.
Coach Kelly reaching in the bag early. It's only the second quarter, but he brought out the double pass. Chase over to Bailey Lowe for a huge play inside the red zone, and they're up fast.
Sullivan throws it to Hancock. Hancock makes a move on the sideline. Tries to get away, but he hurdles out of bounds.
He did. He jumped over that defender, got us up. Wow. So Chase shows off the arm one play and then gets the screen pass the next play. Uh-oh.
They're going to flip it to Hancock again. Chase trying to get away. He'll be wrapped up and brought down by Ethan Ujidu.
Yeah, they tried another screen pass down here to the right side this time rather than the left and didn't get much on there. So it's going to lose a few yards, bring up a 3rd and 9 here on the right hash. And now Coach Kelly's going to slow it down a little bit.
It's 3rd and 9. Sullivan drops back, surveys, throws it, end zone, intercepted. Did not have enough mustard on it, and it's another red zone turnover by the Bruins. But there's a flag that comes out late. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, I think that flag is going to be after the interception. It's just going to be unsportsmanlike on one of the teams. I didn't necessarily see it. But, yeah, you said it. I mean, the defense dropped back so deep right there, and there was really nowhere that Caleb could have gone to make that ball fit in anywhere. Probably could have just kept it himself and maybe scrambled out.
Wait the call from the white hat.
Gosh, we had such a good drive going too.
Here's the call.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit, 55. 15 yards, or excuse me, half the distance to the goal. First down, Melissa.
It will be Melissa football. The PR roofing penalty flag was against the Cardinals. It's the second red zone turnover for the Bruins.
Yeah, it's tough. And then, like, kind of along the same lines, we got them in a 4th down inside the red zone for them, and they scored the touchdown on it. So that's kind of the tale of the tape so far, is the red zone finishing of drives.
So Willicke with Bear as the lone back. Gonna take it himself, steps up, room to run up the middle before he's met with some Bruins. You got to bring him down. He's marked down if he has enough for the first or not.
Yeah, Turner, Turner not the greatest athlete, you wouldn't say just by looking at him, but he just kind of has a weaselly way of kind of spinning around and keeping the feet moving, and you look up and he picked up 10 yards somehow.
Hand it off to Tabor. Tabor up the middle, lowers his shoulder, fighting for extra yards to grow man run the football.
I tell you, I mean, he really, I know this is a stretch because Derrick Henry's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame, but he does really remind me of Derrick Henry with the, I mean, he's wearing 22. He's got like really thin legs and lower body, and his upper body is just ginormous. Gets those pads low going forward. He's a big runner.
So after the run from Tabor, it's 1st and 10, 9:35 left to go in the first half. Their own 35. They give it to Tabor again. Tabor this time gets hit near the leg. He'll be brought down after gaining about 5.
And that's what you got to do for a big back like that, is take out his legs and get him on the ground as quick as you can. Don't let him build up any steam.
Melissa on the 40 near the left hash mark. 2nd and 5. 9:10 left to go. Willicke going to keep it himself on the quarterback keeper, trying to get somewhere. Go down. Gaining 5, enough for the first.
Again, just kind of an awkward runner, but somehow picks up 5, and you look up, he's got a first down. It's effective, but it just doesn't look that pretty. This, you can tell this PA defense is a little gassed, though. They're kind of hands on the hips.
Hand it off to Tabor. Tabor left side.
That's a good stop there.
Brought down at the 50 after gaining a handful.
I think that was Hurtado coming up, and Tyler Galloway as well for a good tackle. I think PA may call a timeout or something. Well, no, maybe not.
So 2nd and 6 after the carry from Tabor. Hand it off once again. Tabor, room to operate.
Yeah, good tackle there by Sam Hurtado, coming up again. Almost the exact same play as before.
8:12 left to go in the first half. 3rd and short coming up for Melissa. 2 receivers outright, 1 near the 50. Look, he's going to keep it himself, and he'll have enough for the first.
Yeah, and you can see some of these PA players needing some rest, needing some subs coming in. And this Cardinals offense is really just starting to lean on us a little bit.
1st and 10 from the Pulaski Academy 43. Willicke fakes the handoff, throws it deep. One-on-one coverage. Raheem Jackson bats it away.
Great play there by Raheem, staying right with him. Got the hand up at the perfect time, turned his head around to find the ball. Beautiful play.
Raheem versus Woodard. That time, Raheem wins the battle.
Yeah, that was the second time they tried him because they tried him on 4th down a little last drive, and Raheem won that. Raheem really looking strong out here on this corner.
Willicke going to hand it off to Tabor. Tabor, room to run. It's brought down. It's not Tabor in that time.
That was 33, Jamarcus Love, the next running back behind him, which he's not listed as having any offers, but heck, he probably does.
Carry was from Love. Timeout called.
Yeah, I felt like that was needed from the PA defense. We look gassed out there.
Well, while we got a little bit of a break, let's go down to the third member of our crew, Amelia Boyd. Amelia, how's it going?
Luckily, the PA defense has kept Melissa off the field enough to keep the Bruins in the game. The offense has moved the ball and picked up yards, but the turnover was sucks.
Good job, Amelia. 7:28 left to go in the first half. Ball's on the Pulaski Academy 28. Blake, what are you drawing up in this huddle?
On the defensive side?
Yes.
Well, I think you got to continue to stack the box a little bit and trust your corners. Your corners and your secondary has been playing fine, so I think you trust them on an island, and you really got to stop the running game. I mean, they're bound to come back with whether it's Bear or the quarterback running it or whoever. I just think they're going to stay on the ground until proven otherwise.
Definitely going to be a point of emphasis in the locker room at halftime. The Bruins have had trouble stopping the run all night long, whether that's by way of Bear Tabor, Turner Willicke, or as we just seen recently, Jamarcus Love. So we resume action. 1st and 10 from the Pulaski Academy 28. They're on the left hash mark. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network. Of course, audio only for the live version of this game. We'll have video immediately after this one concludes. Willicke going to hand it off to Love. Love around the right side. Almost gets into the second level. He'd be brought down near the 20.
I think that was Tabor back out there that they gave the sweep to, so sweep coming around the right side. We had, again, good tackling by the Bruins. It's low and it's good tackling, but it's just it's 7 yards deep. We can't keep giving up 7 yards every play.
Second, and they're going to say 4.
I don't know what they're kind of delaying here for. Oh, I guess this is just the play call. Coming in slow.
Or 6:50 left to go here in the first half.
I guess they're probably trying to run the play clock down a little bit. It's getting under 5 seconds now.
Likely going to call a timeout.
Too many men on the defense. Number 12 participating. It'll be 5 yards penalty and still first down.
Oh. That was interesting.
Interesting. Okay. So 6:37 left to go after the penalty flag. And Willicke going to take it up the middle. Will be brought down at the 5. 1st and goal upcoming for Melissa.
Yeah, it was just a classic option play there. They've been running Tabor wide, and then the quarterback keeps it right up the middle, and there's just a huge hole right in the middle of the PA defense, down to about the 5-yard line.
Willicke going to keep it himself again. Right side, fights away into the end zone. Touchdown, Turner Willicke. The quarterback keeps it up himself to go up 20-0.
Yeah, that was a tough drive for the PA defense. It never really looked like we had our breath underneath us and just never looked in control of anything. Melissa Cardinals just did a really good job of running the ball and really never giving us a chance to even stop them.
Waiting the PAT from the special teams unit of Melissa.
Uh-oh, look at this.
So they're going to try to go for 2. Right side, and he's going to dive in.
He dropped it. Yeah, he dropped it.
He dropped it.
He was reaching for the pylon there, but he dropped it before it hit the pylon, so it shouldn't count.
Andrew Chapa.
Oh, do we have a flag down, though, in the middle here? What are these guys looking at?
So for the moment, 2-point conversion's no good.
Offsides on the defense, number 53.
Well,
Half
PA
the
better get
distance,
that
and we'll
defense
retry.
Hurry up, PA. Get your defense back out there.
He thought the conversion was no good, and Coach Kelly is trying to get an explanation from one of the judges.
Look how tired. Look how tired we look. Because, I mean, yeah, they had back-to-back drives. I guess after that interception, we got sent right back out there.
The kick is up, and the kick will sail through the uprights and will be good. So 6:19 left to go in the first half. Your Bruins down a bunch. Our score, Melissa, 21, Pulaski Academy, 0. Definitely not the way week 0 was planned by the Coach Kelly and staff on the way down here. But, Wake, if you're going to that locker room at halftime, what are you telling the guys?
Well, before we get to halftime, we still got 6 minutes left, so there's plenty of time to create a drive here and turn it into something to get us right back in. Honestly, if you're PA, what I'm saying in the huddle right now is we're one drive away for getting this back to a 2-score game and being fine, guys. Like, it's as bad as it seems like we've been playing. It's only 21-0. And there's still 6 minutes on the clock for this second quarter. We can still have a good solid drive here. We could even get a quick stop and another scoring drive potentially. So I know that's a lot to ask out of a young team like PA, but even just one good touchdown drive here to get it 21-7 going into the half would be great.
Waiting the kick from Jaden Sandoval. He's had 2 kicks, 2 touchbacks. 3 kicks, 3 touchbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Sandoval again kicks it out of the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and 10 coming up for Pulaski Academy. 25-yard line after the touchback. Of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network. Tristan Harlen here with Blake Amsler. Of course, tonight the Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic of the 2026 year. That's why you're not seeing any video footage for the live stream. You'll see it immediately following the conclusion of this game. And all you get is our lovely voices for the remainder of this game.
They're honored, I'm sure, to hear our lovely voices.
So 1st down for the Bruins. Sullivan takes it, stands up. Caught near the sideline. Brought down. 2nd and about 4 coming up.
I think that was McDaniel. Oh, no, that was Bailey Lowe on the far side. Those 3s and 8s are looking familiar to me.
Lowe with the reception, 2nd and 3, 6 minutes remain. Sullivan hands it off to Bryce Gittens. Woo. Bryce makes 2 men miss. Trying to cut it back inside, and he'll be brought down. Where they're going to spot him. I believe it will be 3rd and 1 coming up here for Pulaski Academy.
Yeah, just shy there, but I think that's a good move for Coach Kelly to get back to giving Bryce the ball. A little under center action here.
They're going to keep it with Sullivan. Sullivan gets stood straight up. They're not marking him down just yet. Now they do.
We saw the PA offense use that quarterback sneak last week in the scrimmage for a touchdown, I believe, but this got stood up there, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
So 4th and 1. Sullivan calls for the snap, flips it to Hancock. Hancock around the right side, burst of speed, trying to make a man miss, but a PI roofing penalty flag comes out.
That was down the field, too. Maybe a holding down the field or something. I didn't see much, though. Great play call there. I love the misdirection and flip to Chase coming back the other way. We've seen that play a lot in the last few years from PA. And Chase was really one man away from breaking that for a long touchdown run.
We're going to back it on up.
Holding on the offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still remains a first down.
Yeah, so the good thing there is that the holding was so far downfield that the 10-yard penalty brought it back, and it was still a first down mark. So we do get the first down.
First down for the Bruins from their own 36-yard line. Gittins with the handoff, trying to make a couple guys miss. We forced out of bounds near the first down marker. The Bruins are trying to move the ball down the field.
Good counter run there. Bryce started to his right, cut back to the left, and he had a pulling lineman to lead the way there. Good pickup.
So 2nd and 3, low snap. They're going to hand it off to Gittins once again. Bryce trying to fight for extra yardage. He'll get brought down shy of the first down marker. Be 3rd and short coming up for the Bruins.
Yeah, Bryce continues to run hard from the running back spot. We haven't seen Slade really in the backfield yet tonight. Be interested to see how he gets involved later.
Sullivan drops, looks, throws it. Pass is dropped, incomplete.
And they were looking for Miles McDaniel there on a short curl route, and the safety came up with great coverage and knocked it down before it could get to him.
So 4th and 2, 4:19 left to go in the second quarter of action. The Bruins are going to elect to go for it. Sullivan surveys, pressure, throws it deep, has a man, incomplete. Turnover on downs, another turnover on downs for the Bruins offense. So Melissa is going to get the football with great field possession for their next drive.
Yeah, that seemed kind of like an awkward play. I see Coach Kelly pulling Sullivan to the side there to talk to him a little bit about that one. It seemed like he panicked a little bit and just kind of put it up in between two and he couldn't really pick out which one he was throwing to. He was just kind of throwing it in a general area. So I'm sure the whole PA offense would have liked that 4th and 2 back.
After the turnover on downs, it'll be 1st and 10 from the Bruin 44-yard line.
Well, the good news is PA defense got a little bit of a rest there so they can get their breath underneath them and come out and play hard this drive. Really need to stop on this drive. We cannot let the Cards score here.
Zine, running back keeper. Running back came in to play quarterback. Woodard was the one on the carry. Didn't really gain much of any. If he did, it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the whole PA defense really as a whole, and then you had Carter Wicker coming in there and kind of finishing the pile off and shoving him down. 2-yard gain. That's a win for this PA defense right now.
So 2nd and 8 from the 42-yard line of PA. 3:40 left to go in the first half. Look, he's going to hand the ball off to nobody. He'll keep it himself. Be met by a host of Bruins. 3rd down coming up here for Melissa.
Another good job by the interior there. Austin Childers along with Greg Williams in the middle, just kind of holding things up and letting his linebackers and the rest of the team get there and finish it off. Good job piling everything up. 3rd and about 5.
3:15 left to go here in the first half. 3rd and 6 from the 40. Tabor hands it off to Bear. Bear fighting for extra yardage. He gets into the second level, and he'll get down 10-yard line. 1st and goal coming up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and there's that. Had tried a couple other people to run the ball, and then they're like, yeah, let's just get back to this guy that is a stud. Picked up about 20.
Walicki throws it on the hop. Caught. Fighting for extra yardage. He gets brought down at about maybe the 1-yard line.
Yeah, ball got out of his hands really quick there. The PA rush had no chance. And then good job by the receiver just kind of squirting through and getting to the one like you said.
1st and goal for Melissa. Hand it off to Tabor. Tabor lowers his shoulder, gets in, touchdown Cardinals.
Ugh, that's a backbreaker drive right there.
2:26 left to go in the first half. The Cardinals lead it 27-0.
The defensive line got some good penetration there. We had a guy in the backfield, but Bear just kind of ran through the arm tackle and right into the end zone.
Kick is up. The kick is good. 2:26 left to go. 28-0 is our score. Let's head down to Amelia. Amelia?
All right. Well, the storyline is definitely the offense not being able to finish. They've had 3 really good drives, but could not put any points on the board. The defense has been out in really bad positions, and they're gassed. Back to you.
Yeah, you're spot on, Amelia. The defense does look gassed. I know they probably had 6 or 7 possessions already. We've got a couple of drives, good stops early on, but yeah, the last 3 or 4 drives they've just been look gassed, and Melissa just continued to run right over them. Yeah, any spark from the offense that they can provide here and just get some sort of momentum going the other way would be tremendous.
So the Bruins get ready to take back over. They'll have the ball with 2:26 left to go in the first half.
One thing that kind of keeps going through my head is how that trick play early on got us a big play, and I don't know, maybe does Coach Kelly reach back into the bag again for something else just to get a spark going?
Sandoval's kick will sail high. This one going to be returnable. I think Bryce Gittens the one with the football. Trying to evade the kickoff team. A flag comes in from the 40-yard line.
What a chunk from that referee. He threw it from the sideline to the stripes.
Let's see what the PI roofing penalty flag is for this time.
It's our first time seeing a return for the PA this year.
Here's a call from the White Hat. Just kidding.
Maybe.
On the return, we have a holding on the receiving team. Half the distance, first down.
Dang. Yeah, it's going to put PA in a really bad spot here because that's going to put them about at their 5-yard line. So now you've got a young quarterback who struggled tonight a little bit, and now he's got the goalpost right behind him to add a little more pressure to the time.
So their backs against the wall. It's 1st and 10 from their own 5. Sullivan rolls left, surveys, looks, throws it, just kind of dumps it off.
Ooh.
Bryce Gittens gets flipped.
Yeah, great catch and concentration by Bryce, but right as he turned his head to go upfield, one of their linebackers was right there to take his legs out.
2nd down coming up, 2nd and 8.
We got a Melissa timeout down there.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
It's a 2-minute timeout. You were 25% correct, Blake.
You can give me 25% for that. I'll take
we'll
it.
Give you 25%. 2-minute timeout. Our score 28-0. Melissa with a commanding lead here in week 0. Of course, again, this game, the Wipeout Kids Cancer Kickoff Classic of 2026 between the Cardinals and the Bruins.
Another difference between our college rules of the UIL and the NFHS rules of Arkansas High School is the 2-minute warning. I was not ready for that one.
You know, we've been talking about this kickoff classic, you know, since 1980. Wipeout Kids Cancer Classic has been there for kids fighting cancer and their families. They provide comfort and hope through programs that wrap around the entire family. They fund innovative research that's changing the fight against pediatric cancer.
Yeah, I was talking to their guys before the game, and they said there was actually a second game going on tonight over in Allen, Texas, at their huge stadium. So they're actually doing 2 sponsored games tonight.
So after the 2-minute timeout, 2nd and 8 from their own 7, Pulaski Academy going to hand the ball off to Bryce Gittens, trying to get into that second level. Be brought down by big number 54, Caden Jones.
And I know we didn't come into the year thinking Bryce was going to be a running back, but he really has some good running back qualities. I like it. He kind of stays low to the ground, keeps his feet moving, keeps his shoulders square to keep gaining yards every step he takes. I really like him back there.
So 3rd and 3. Sullivan looks, backpedaling, throws it off his back foot. That's incomplete.
Whew.
4th down coming up.
Almost picked off by number 4 corner over there. That would have been an easy touchdown if he would have caught that one, but luckily it falls incomplete.
So 4th and 3, 90 seconds left. You think the Bruins are going to go for it?
I don't think so. I think they're going to punt this one.
And that's what they will do. Sullivan with a punt that hits right almost at midfield.
Roll, baby.
And it's going to get a little bit of a Bruin bounce. And will finally go down at the 38-yard line. So the Cardinals will come back out. A minute 18 left to go in this first half to get more points on the board. The Cardinals have looked great tonight.
They have, yeah. And again, well, I wanted to say they don't look that impressive, but I guess they are really, and just that how controlling of the game they are and how their offensive line has done a really good job in the running game. The running backs have run really strong. I guess what lends me to say that is their passing game hasn't been super explosive. It's just really been the running game that's kind of beaten us down so far.
First down from their own 38-yard line. Look, he will drop, look, throw. Oh, intercepted.
Go!
Yes, it's intercepted by the Bruins. 20, and he'll get brought down, but a flag comes out late. Great turn of events for the Bruins. I think Raheem Jackson or Kellen Neal was the one that got that interception. We're going to say Colin Neal got the pick.
Yeah, I think it was Colin Neal. What did I just say? I wasn't really impressed by their passing game, and then they throw us a pick on our own 20-yard line. So I'll take that. There's a late flag. I think they're going to get him for a horse collar on the tackle of Neal because Colin was about to go in the end zone.
During the return, for a personal foul, horse collar on 22. Be half the distance. First down, Bruins.
Yeah, that half the distance penalty there. It's going to get us inside the 10. So the PA offense is set up on the 9-yard line, ready to strike. Great play, great break on the ball by Colin. Huge momentum piece.
In the Crown Trophy red zone, they're going to respot the ball.
Don't give us that free yard, ref. I hate for us to have that.
Bruins in the Crown Trophy red zone. Minute 9, they look to punch it in here. Sullivan sends a man in motion. Miles McDaniel. Looked wide open. Touchdown, Bruins. 1 minute, 6 seconds left, and the Bruins find Pater.
Great play call. Great heads-up play by Miles as he motioned across. It was a 2-by-2 set. He motioned over to the right side, the wide side of the field, creating 3-receiver set, and just a nice, easy, just straight-ahead route right into the void of the defense and an easy catch.
Crane Automotive team touchdown for the Bruins, and the freshman finds the first 6 points of the 2026 season for Pulaski Academy. Kick the PAT. Caleb Sullivan on to kick it. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So just as soon as Colin Neal gets the interception, the Bruins punch it into the end zone for 6.
That feels a little bit better, right?
Our score, 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining in the first half. Melissa, 28. Pulaski Academy, 7.
Offsides on the defense. The penalty is declined. The field goal is good.
PI Roofing penalty flags continue to accumulate for both these squads.
Like I said before, I mean, the secondaries continued to play well. I mean, they've locked down a lot of these big-time receivers that Melissa has, and then, again, have the huge momentum play right there to make it really easy on the offense.
Of course, again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to Week 0 action here on PA Live, courtesy of the Natural State Sports Network. A new era for the Bruins.
Yeah, it is. And I was thinking as we were going to this break is that how many high school teams playing tonight have a freshman that scored their first touchdown?
Don't ask me. I'm only paying attention to
food,
this game.
Just food for thought. Now, the first kickoff of the game, Caleb went onside. I wonder what they do here.
Another onside kick.
High ball.
High ball. Oh! And the both meet as soon as the ball gets ready to go into the hands. That was recovered by Melissa. It was Ray Stoner.
Yeah, great concentration by him because we had some guys coming at him right there. It was that number 25, Jake Hurtado, coming in there, making a hit. So 1:02 left on the clock, and Melissa's going to take over at their own 42. It looks like they're going to spot it there.
Be exactly the 42. Good analysis there, partner.
Look at that.
So 62 seconds remain in this first half. Bruins find the end zone late. Can they force another turnover? Let's find out here. Wilkie calls for the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it, caught near the sideline, be forced out of bounds just past the 50. That was Damon Washington.
They got their big tight end out here blocking Raheem down on the screen and created a little space for the receiver.
So 2nd and 3, under a minute left to play. Wilkie calls for the snap. They're going to hand it off to Tabor.
Ooh,
Tabor
yeah.
gets met in the backfield right at the 50.
Who is that? 53. McCall Keys sliding in there from defensive end. I think he slid down inside and met the running back in the backfield. A huge hit.
Melissa.
Great job
Second and a
by
half.
McCall. And Melissa's going to call her second time out there to stop the clock. See, now this is the thing that I think PA's defense plays into PA's defense is that our secondary's playing really well, and we love blitzing, which is really going to put pressure on this Melissa team in the passing game. So I really don't feel as threatened by Melissa when they have to pass like this the next few plays.
You wait the action to resume. 49 seconds remain. 28-7 is our score. Still a 28-7 ball game. It's 3rd and 2. The Bruins could have a big stop here to get the ball back with one last chance to score before halftime. Willicke keeps it himself, cuts back inside, nowhere to go. The Bruins get the 3rd down stop.
Nice job there. I think that was, again, Keys coming through there along with Andrew Manning as well. Let's try to get a replay. Not for you at home, but for me in the booth.
Bruins.
Pulaski Academy calls the timeout. And, yeah, right there, you'll see later.
Yep.
A couple Bruins, I believe McCall Keys was the first one to get back there. So 4th and 2 coming up for the
Please
Cardinals.
add 2 seconds to the game clock.
Adding 2 seconds to get it to 42
2
seconds.
seconds.
Interesting time here for
42.
Melissa. If
Thank
you're
you.
the Melissa coach, do you go for it and risk a potential huge momentum, or do you just let it go and punt it?
You know, and I'm not the game analyst here, so I'm going to step on
You
your
like
toes
how
a
I
little
turn the
bit.
tables
Yeah.
on you like that?
I'm saying you punt it to the Pulaski Academy offense.
I think so too.
And you really just kind of grind them out because we've seen Sullivan kind of struggle with his back against the wall. They failed it a couple times on 4th down, but and I could see it where they do it, and then Coach Kelly pulls that trick play right out of his bag.
I know. You just don't. I feel like the risk is not worth it there. I think you just let this one go, but it does. It looks like they're lining up with an offense out here.
Unless you just stack the box and send the house to stop Bear Tabor from getting these 2 yards.
We got to come up here. Get up close, defense.
4th and 2. They're going to hand it off to Tabor. Tabor's met. He lowers his shoulder, but he gets the 1st down, or does he?
Gosh, he's right on that line, isn't he? Don't look back at the line, ref. Just mark it.
We're going to see where they mark him.
He's right on the marker. Yeah, I think it's a 1st. Yeah, he did. He got enough. The clock's going to roll, though, coming up on 30 seconds.
30 seconds remain in the first half. Wilkie calls the snap, fakes the handoff, drop back look, pump fakes once, steps up in the pocket, pressure coming, flag comes out. But Willicke gets dropped from behind. We'll see what the PI roofing penalty flag's on.
Yeah, we ended up getting the sack. I'm hoping they grab a holding because it was right in the middle of everything.
Holding, number 65 of the offense.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
So that'll back them up another 10.
Harrison Hill was the one called with the hold, the left guard.
18 seconds left on the clock like we were talking about. So I think secondary, you can start to back off a little bit and give a little bit of ground But I think the defensive line and linebackers blitzing need to really bring it still.
So 1st and 20 from their own 42. Willicke drops back, looks, pressure coming, throws it deep, double coverage, and it's incomplete. Intended for Adrian Battle.
That was Neal back there again in coverage. Great coverage. He was in play to possibly get his second pick.
And he got pushed.
I know. I saw the same thing.
As he went to catch it, he gets to get pushed. I don't know if he got pushed or maybe he tripped on his own shoelace.
He did kind of trip there at the end, so it wasn't a penalty.
2nd and 20, 11 seconds remaining from their own 42.
Back up secondary. Y'all don't need to be that close.
Pressure coming. Willicke drops back, throws it. It's going to be caught. Makes one couple guys miss. Room to run. He'll be brought down. Not enough for the first, though.
Let it roll. No.
And timeout's going to be called.
2 seconds left. They want a little piece of it, huh?
Timeout. Melissa. That is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
So Melissa calls their 3rd and final timeout. 2 seconds remaining. You got to think they're taking one last shot to the end zone here.
Yeah, I guess so. And they've got some big-time receivers, and I'm sure Coach Taylor and the defense is going to be drawing up something here to get a couple more secondary members out there, get some height maybe in the secondary to throw up, to defend a huge throw-up here. That sounded weird. A huge throw-up. Maybe just a deep ball. How about that?
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Listen, it's week 0 for everybody. It's week 0 for everybody, guys.
We had a scrimmage, though. You'd think I'd get all my throw-up lines out by then. But here we are.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess.
1% better each week.
Spot the ball. 2 seconds remain here in the first half. Melissa, one last chance to heave this deep to the end zone.
So I think we got, is that Win? I think that's Win Wilson back here as a deep, deep safety. And then you got your traditional 4 secondary members. I think Coach Taylor and the defense is going to still draw up some blitzes. Don't be surprised if Manning and some of these other linebackers are flying at the quarterback to pressure him.
Willicke's going to drop back pressure. Coming around the edge, and he gets sacked. Sacked to end the first half, and what a way to do it.
Boy, that was McCall Key's second sack of the drive. He came in. He hadn't played much the first quarter, and now he's come in and made some impact plays.
McCall Keys gets the sack to send us to halftime. Our score at the end of the first half, Melissa 28, Pulaski Academy 7. Be right back at the start of the second half here on PA Live, courtesy of the Natural State Sports Network. See if Amelia Boyd's going to get Coach Kelly down there.
Okay.
So we're going to send it to break as they're not going to talk to Coach Kelly at halftime. 28-7 our score. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to study the savings at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets. With up to 40% off store-wide and 0% interest for 36 months. You'll make the honor roll with these savings at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, where we make it beautiful for less.
A warm first day greeting from an experienced and dedicated classroom teacher.
Instruction and curriculum that ignite a student's passion for learning from early childhood through graduation.
Fine arts, athletics, and extracurricular activities that expand our students' horizons and enrich their lives. These are just a few of the reasons why our faculty, parents, students, alumni are passionate about the Pulaski Academy mission.
Based on extensive feedback from parents, faculty, and alumni, the board led the charge in developing a new strategic plan and mission statement to guide the investments we will make in PA's people, programs, and facilities for years to come. We invite you to review the strategic plan and discover how ensuring faculty and staff excellence, transforming and renewing our campus, and furthering the standard of excellence of our fine arts, athletics, college counseling, student wellness, and other programs will ensure that we are well prepared to serve and support present and future Bruins.
We have also developed a new mission statement, one that captures the essence of our exceptional school and the aspirations that we hold for each student.
We are an academic community
dedicated to excellence,
where each student is valued,
challenged,
and empowered to achieve.
Building on our rich tradition of excellence and the dedication of our PA community, these are great days to be a Bruin.
And the initiatives outlined in this strategic plan ensure that the future looks bright for our current and future Bruins.
Pulaski Academy has had a generational impact on our family. I'm an alum. My siblings are Pulaski Academy alums. We've got children, our 4 children, my nieces and nephew. It's just an amazing way that Pulaski Academy has impacted us.
I'm a product of public school, so coming to a private school, our children in a private school was new for me. And I thought, well, we're paying this tuition, shouldn't that cover everything? And what I've realized as I have been a father.
First, performance dance team. The social officers for the 26-27 season are President Sonny Brown and Chaplain Amarachi Mba. The Ruby Bells are led onto the field by the dance officers, sophomore Lieutenant McKinley Sturgis, Junior Lieutenant Mia Schuster, and Senior Lieutenant Riley Moore. The Ruby Bell of the week is Aubrey Wilson, and the teacher of the week is Miss Darcy. Let's hear it for the Ruby Bells. They perform a palm routine too. Give me some lovin'. The Ruby Bells are under the direction of Joanna Ingram and Assistant Director Jennifer Matamoros. The drill team would like to thank the Mighty Cardinals Band and Drum Line for their continued support and wish them luck in their upcoming marching season.
It's time to study the savings at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets. With up to 40% off store-wide and 0% interest for 36 months. You'll make the honor roll with these savings at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, where we make it beautiful for less.
A warm first day greeting from an experienced and dedicated classroom teacher.
Instruction and curriculum that ignite a student's passion for learning from early childhood through graduation.
Fine arts, athletics, and extracurricular activities that expand our students' horizons and enrich their lives. These are just a few of the reasons why our faculty, parents, students, alumni are passionate about the Pulaski Academy mission.
Based on extensive feedback from parents, faculty, and alumni, the board led the charge in developing a new strategic plan and mission statement to guide the investments we will make in PA's people, programs, and facilities for years to come. We invite you to review the strategic plan and discover how ensuring faculty and staff excellence, transforming and renewing our campus, and furthering the standard of excellence of our fine arts, athletics, college counseling, student wellness, and other programs will ensure that we are well prepared to serve and support present and future Bruins.
We have also developed a new mission statement, one that captures the essence of our exceptional school and the aspirations that we hold for each student.
We are an academic community
dedicated to excellence,
where each student is valued,
challenged,
and empowered to achieve.
Building on our rich tradition of excellence and the dedication of our PA community, these are great days to be a Bruin.
And the initiatives outlined in this strategic plan ensure that the future looks bright for our current and future Bruins.
Pulaski Academy has had a generational impact on our family. I'm an alum. My siblings are Pulaski Academy alums. We've got children, our 4 children, my nieces and nephew. It's just an amazing way that Pulaski Academy has impacted us.
I'm a product of public school, so coming to a private school, our children in a private school was new for me. And I thought, well, we're paying this tuition. Shouldn't that cover everything? And what I've realized as I have been a father here of 4 is that tuition does not pay for everything. It does not allow PA to achieve the excellence and the #1 ranking that we enjoy right now as a private school in Arkansas. It takes the annual fund or the Fund for Excellence for us to achieve excellence in every moment.
To align our annual giving campaign with the mission of the school, we've renamed it the Fund for Excellence. This fund provides vital resources that go directly to what matters most, our students. It supports our dedicated faculty, staff, and coaches, ensuring they have the tools and training to deliver the very best education and mentorship possible. The FFE funds innovations in the classrooms, arts, and athletics, enhancing every aspect of the student experience.
Our goal as chairs of the Fund for Excellence is 100% participation at any level. For those who can give more, but for those who can only give a little, give a little. The goal is 100% investment by every family at Pulaski Academy.
Your gift to the Fund for Excellence is more than support. It's an investment in the daily excellence our students experience today and the leaders they will become tomorrow. Thank you for supporting PA, and thank you for giving to the Fund for Excellence.
Halftime here in Melissa, Texas for the Week 0 matchup between the Bruins and the Cardinals. Our score 28-7. It was a first half dominated by Melissa, but there towards the tail end, the Bruins started showing signs of life, and they looked to build off their momentum at the start of the second half. Tristan Harlen here with Blake Amsler. Blake, thoughts on the first half?
Well, not exactly what we wanted to have happen, but overall I feel like for as bad as it feels right now, it's really not out of reach for the Bruins. I just feel like our defense is going to continually get tested by their running game, so we're going to have to continually step up and stop that running game. And then the offense is just, I think, like we were saying at halftime, like the offensive line has actually done pretty well, especially in pass protection, given Caleb time. But the offense is going to have to generate a few plays, whether that's some trick plays to get some momentum or something like that.
Of course, the first half dominated by the run game for the Melissa Cardinals. Both Turner Willicke and Bear Tabor had all the time in the world to really run the football. But, hey, real quick, while we have a break before the second half gets going, let's go to the third member of our crew, Amelia Boyd. Amelia, how's it going down there during halftime?
It's going good. I talked to Coach Kelly when he was going to the locker room before halftime. He said he was proud of the defense and they just need to keep making plays and get guys down on the ground on the first try. We've struggled on offense with scoring once we get in the red zone, but he did emphasize that the offense just needs to trust each other in the second half, and we should be fine. Back to the box.
Yeah, no, Amelia, you make a great point about the offensive line protection. I mean, that's something we started to harp on here during our halftime show. But really, and I said this right before we went on air, if Melissa keeps testing Raheem Jackson and Colin Neal deep, one of them is bound to start to come away with those interceptions to set up more situations for our offense. And Blake, I mean, I'd love to hear your take about just the offensive line and everything, but PA has not looked that bad, even though the score dictates 28-7.
I know. It's tough to come up with positives out of being 28-7, but it just doesn't feel out of reach for the Bruins either. But, yeah, to your point, secondary has played all around. I mean, you mentioned Raheem and Colin, but also Carter and Sam Hurtado both coming up from safety, making a ton of plays in the running game to stop some of those could-be huge runs, but maybe cut them down just to 7 or 8 yard runs. Those are important plays to make too.
Of course, we're about 65 seconds away from the start of the second half. PA kicked the ball off to start the game, so they'll begin our second half with the football. And Blake, just going back to maybe some of our keys to victory on this matchup, I mean, are the teams doing what we thought they were going to do? Are they really harping on these keys?
Well, yeah, I would say so. I mean, and Melissa is using its size to its advantage in the running game and leaning on that offensive line. Forced Caleb to make some mistakes. He had that one interception. It wasn't really the end of the world, but that was one interception. Turnover battle, I guess we had the fumble on our end and the interception, so that would be 2. They had their one interception to Colin, so they are a little bit ahead in the turnover game right now.
So we're just about ready to get started with the second half. Of course, I want to remind everybody tonight is the 2026 Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic here in Melissa, Texas. Since 1980, the Wipeout Kids Cancer has been there for kids fighting cancer and their families. They provide comfort and hope through programs that wrap around the entire family. They fund innovative research that's changing the fight against pediatric cancer. Great stuff that they're doing down there at the Wipeout Kids Cancer Association. So here's the kick from Sandoval to start the second half. Kick is up, and the kick will sail to the end zone. Touchback by the Melissa Special Teams unit. And here come your Bruins offense to start this second half with the football, of course, down 28-7, but they really started to look really good towards the tail end of that first half.
Yeah, they did start to kind of get their feet underneath them a little bit. And one of those keys to the game we talked about a little bit, we missed right there, was containing Chase Hancock. Did they? A little bit, I guess, but he also had a handful of breakout plays that were about 2 steps away from being about an 80-yard touchdown. So I really think PA can work off of that.
First and 10 from their own 25. They hand it off to Bryce Gittens. Bryce trying to find room to run, but it'll be wrapped up by a host of black jerseys. Second down coming up. If he gained anything, he just gained right back to the line.
Yeah, the pile's taking a little time to break up there and get everybody back, but you know this PA offense is right up on the ball, ready to go quick.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Officially a gain of 0. Fakes the handoff. Sullivan over the middle. Incomplete. Threw it into double coverage there. I believe it was intended for Wynn Wilson. 3rd down coming up for the Bruins.
Yeah, number 38, Knox Stinton, the sophomore defensive back for them, made a nice play. He was right on the back of Wynn Wilson. No flag, but just a great play coming across.
Looks like Chase and Wynn will switch sides. Or maybe that's Miles McDaniel. I think it's Miles McDaniel. Sullivan's going to drop back on 3rd down, throw it. Chase not looking. Incomplete. Chase just was not ready for that football. A little bit of miscommunication. And 4th down faces the Bruins on their first second half possession.
Yeah, that was a really tight window for Caleb to fit that one in. There wasn't much room. We got a little replay right there. And, oh, yeah, it was going to have to be a perfect pass. I don't think Chase was thinking the same thing.
So 4th and 10 on their own 25. We've seen Pulaski Academy audible out of this formation and punt the football. But I think they may be going for it, and they will. Sullivan rolls out, surveys, looks, throws it deep. Wynn Wilson goes up for it. Incomplete. He caught it, but he just wasn't in bounds. So turnover on downs, and I'm sure that's not how Coach Kelly wanted the second half to begin.
No, and that was definitely a risk that he was willing to take by going for it inside his own 25-yard line. So that's going to be a tough start for this PA defense getting started for this first drive of the second half. Like you said, though, Wynn he caught the ball. It just happened to be out of bounds when he did.
It'll be 1st down for Melissa on the Pulaski Academy 25. The Bruins gained 0 yards in their first possession of the second half. So Willicke will be back in at quarterback with Bear Tabor to his right. In the middle of the hashes, Willicke's going to keep it himself. A couple Bruins jump on top of him. 2nd down coming up. A little bit of extracurricular activities happening there, kind of near the 15.
Bodies flying around there.
2nd and 9 after the gain of 1 by Willicke. Tabor has the handoff, wrapped up, breaks 2, tries to break the 3rd, but it'll be brought down at the 20. 3rd and about 5 or 6 coming up here for Melissa.
Yeah, gosh, you said it. Tabor broke 3 tackles and still picked up 1 or 2 yards on that.
So officially 3rd and 6 from the PA 21. Willicke calls for the snap. Going to fake the handoff, surveys, throws it end zone, caught. Touchdown, Melissa.
Oh,
ball comes out.
Oh, they called it a touchdown. Oh, man.
I'm not sure he had possession of the football there.
I know, that was tight. Gosh, I wish we had replay available.
We're going to see a replay. Yeah. You guys are going to see it after the fact, but let's see. He catches it 1-1. He reaches in.
Yeah, he's probably across the line, I guess, with possession. Tough for us to call this way.
Nonetheless, touchdown for Melissa.
Yeah.
Officially 34-7 ball game. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Melissa scores on their opening second half possession after the turnover on downs by Pulaski Academy. 7 points for Melissa. It's 10:26 left to go in the first half, or third quarter, excuse me. And now the PA offense will come back out onto the field.
One thing I noticed there on that drive from the PA defense was that they started rolling their safeties down for man coverage and bumping another guy in the box to help stop that run, which it actually did accomplish. It stopped the running game, but what that does then is that opens you up for the passing game right behind it. You got one-on-one coverage from your secondary, and you're really trusting them to stay with them, and just not tight enough coverage there within the red zone, allowing that touchdown.
And the kick from Sandoval. He's had a great night all night long, booting that ball into the end zone. Long kick. Gonna drop it to the end zone. Chase thought about trying to return it, but he was like, never mind. So once again, the Bruins take over on their own 25-yard line. Last time out, turnover on downs was a result of their possession, which allowed Melissa to punch it in for 6. Sullivan threw a beautiful pass to Wynn Wilson, just was not in bounds to haul it in, which again led to that turnover on downs.
And again, I think that at this point, maybe the score is getting a little bit out of hand, but I know Coach Kelly and the rest of the staff really just wants the team to work on stuff, whether it's just one play at a time, get good live reps against a great team like Melissa.
Sullivan drops, looks, throws it. Caught for a gain of 4.
Bryce Gittins on the catch there, yeah, and he comes in as a receiver, I think, or no, they maybe just split him out as a receiver from the backfield.
So 2nd and 6. Low snap. Sullivan bobbles it, dumps it off, caught. That's Miles McDaniels. Burst to speed, trying to get somewhere. Chase Hancock gets in his way, fight for extra yards. It's brought down near the 38-yard line.
And, man, for a young guy like that, he has got some smooth feet with him. Just instant cut out to the sideline and right back upfield. Great job. He runs into Chase. Chase was trying to block for him.
Empty set. Sullivan calls for it. Throws it over the middle. Just was not paying attention. Intended for Miles McDaniel.
Yeah, again, Caleb showing some confidence throwing into some of these small windows. And, that would have been a really tough catch for McDaniel to come across that one. Kind of slows down the offense here.
I was just not paying attention to that ball. Also snap. Sullivan throws it. Hits him in the hands, couldn't hold on. It's 3 straight targets to Miles McDaniel.
And you can see PA kind of falling into this 5-wide set, which I actually like for them because it really spreads out the defense. And there's a lot of room both inside and outside for the PA receivers to attack. There's so much skill out there as you see Kentner come in for Gittins. But they still are going to keep a 4-by-1 set here, so they got quads on the left side.
Got 3rd and 10 from the 43 of Melissa.
Got great numbers on the quad side if Coach Kelly wants to take advantage of it.
Deep drop. Sullivan looks, throws it, caught, wide open man. Woo! Fighting for extra yardage, gets down near the 20. That was Bailey low on the reception.
Yeah, like we said, there was a ton of space out there with the 4 receivers spreading everybody out, and Bailey was just kind of the last one there at the very end. Caught a wide open pass.
First down after the touchdown. Throws it back. Trick play. Wide open man. Touchdown, Bruins.
That's what we talked about. They needed a little spark. Little double pass. Who was that? Did you see who that threw it? Was that Bailey that threw it?
I think it was Bailey Lowe threw it to Slade.
Yeah, they faked a little screen pass to Bailey, but it was a backwards pass, allowing him to then throw the next forward pass. Let's see the replay here. No, I think that was McDaniel.
It was Miles McDaniel to Slade Kittner on the play.
Freshman throwing to a sophomore right there.
And the initial pass was a little over. I thought it was going to go over his head.
It was. Caleb kind of sailed it on him a little bit. He had to make a great catch and then turn around and throw it. Perfect time to call it too. Like, we just had that good long play from Bailey and come back with another striking trick play.
2 touchdowns on the board for Pulaski Academy. Both had something to do with Miles McDaniel. You follow him on Twitter. He uses the nickname My Time. And right now he's showing that it is his time indeed.
It was his time. A little bit of a duck ball as we get a replay of it, but hey, it counts as 6 nonetheless. But this type of stuff is what we've seen from Mark Kelly over the last few years at Sylvan Hills and Conway and Searcy too. It's just that he is always going to keep his guys willing to fight, especially on his offensive side of the ball, is just to continue fight, and he will keep scoring points one way or the other.
It's a 3-score advantage for Melissa. Pulaski Academy are a couple stops away from getting right back into this ball game, but what a way to start the second half on, I believe, your second possession, getting into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, good response, especially after you ended the first drive with a 4th down inside of your own end, and then the defense kind of giving up that easy touchdown. But good way to come back and kind of show some fight from the boys.
Waiting the kick from Caleb Sullivan. It's going to be a little onside-er And he loses it, and PA couldn't fall on it.
Oh, it was in his hands, too.
Bad case of butterfingers at the wrong time for the Pulaski Academy kickoff unit as they almost jumped on the onsider. It'll be Melissa football.
Well, you know, Tristan, with a full moon out like this, you know some weird stuff is bound to happen. We almost had something come up right there.
It took you to the third quarter, but you figured it out. I'm proud. Oh, good lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. So after the onside recovery by Melissa, it's 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. Bear with the handoff, fighting for extra yardage. Once again, it gets past the 50. Second down coming up.
You can feel that offensive line starting to surge off the ball now. Boy, they are coming at us. Boys inside are fighting Greg Williams, and I think that's McCall Keys down in there as well, just continuing to fight them off.
2nd and 4, fakes the handoff. Wilkie looks, pressure coming, and he gets sacked.
I tell you what, anytime they drop back to pass, I'm relieved. I'm like, thank the Lord they're passing. They haven't really done much passing-wise.
And a couple times they've tested the DBs, interceptions happen, batted balls have happened, and some sacks. The defensive line looks great. They're going to hand it off to Bear.
Yep.
Wide open room to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Melissa.
Yeah, I think maybe the Cards coach heard us talking about it, but they got right back to the running game, and that offensive line is coming off the ball and creating huge gaps, and Bear is taking advantage of it.
If you wonder why Bear Tabor has multiple offers at the next level, that right there is why.
Yeah. But shout out to his O-line, too. They're making the holes for him and making it look easy.
So 8:22 left to go in the third quarter. So we wait the PAT. Kick is up. Kick will sail through the uprights and will be good. 42-14 is our score. And just as soon as Pulaski Academy can score, Melissa responds.
Yeah, the defense definitely looks tired. I mean, you can tell they're still fighting, but they just don't have a lot left in the tank. They're giving everything they've got, and I think the Melissa depth is just continuing to lean on them.
So we'll see the Bruin offense trot back out onto the field after the kick from Sandoval. Speaking of great games, Jaden Sandoval has had one that he'll remember for a while. Multiple touchbacks, not really a lot of return yards. I'm not a kicker, but I know a former punter.
Yeah?
And if Darryl Green somehow listening to this, I know he's loving the kicking game.
A career night with all the touchbacks he's gotten. I feel like a guy like that, though, does he not know he's going to get it in the end zone 90% of the time? I feel like he's had to do this a lot in practice.
Easy night for him.
I know. He's just kind of coming out. Now, he does get to kick a lot with all the points getting scored, but he knows where that ball's going.
Hey, more reps, more tape, better opportunities.
True.
So the Bruins will come back out to start at the 25 after the touchback from the Melissa Special Teams unit. Of course, once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network. Harlen here with Blake Amsler, excited to bring Week 0 action to you as the start of the Pulaski Academy 2026 season has begun. It's 1st and 10. Bryce, the man of the backfield with Sullivan. He'll be motioned out right left. Sullivan's going to stand up, pressure coming, throws it over the middle. Caught by the defense. Interception by Melissa, and they're going to have room to run around the outside. One man to beat.
Get him.
Finally out of nowhere, 2 Bruins meeting near the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Crown Trophy red zone for Melissa.
And you know what? I saw the same thing you saw. I think that was Bailey Lowe. He was open. As we get a quick replay of it, Bailey almost was past the defense if the ball was just a slightly underthrown, and that corner came back and grabbed it. That could have been a huge play, too.
Kevin McFarland, the one with the interception, to set up his offense at the doorstep of the end zone. Rookie gonna hand it off to Bear. Bear's gonna fight, walk in, touchdown, Melissa.
Yep. Could have bet that one was coming.
So after the interception, Melissa punches it back into the end zone. Our score 48-14 with 7:57 left to go in the third quarter. Great showing for the Melissa Cardinals here tonight in the Week 0 action.
Yeah, they seem like they're going to do a lot of good stuff this year in their conference, I'd imagine. They're a good, strong football team.
Waiting the PAT, kick is up. Kick is going to be through the upright and will be good. 7:57 left to go in the third. 49-14 is our score.
Yeah. I think we said it earlier, but I think, again, the coaching staff's just going to continue to say, hey, don't worry about the score. Let's just keep working on ourselves. Let's take it one play at a time and go out there and have success one play at a time.
Of course, next week, the Bruins return home to Joe B. Hatcher Stadium to take on Greenwood.
Yeah, the schedule doesn't get any easier, Tristan.
It does not. They have their bye week on the week of September 11th. Then they play Airline, a team out of Louisiana. And the conference play will start on the road at North Little Rock.
And North Little Rock started the season off with a good win against Rogers last night. That was a great game to watch.
They sure did. Of course, I'll have to look and see if there's a scoreboard for scores around the Arkansas high school football schedule.
Yeah, I had it pulled up earlier. I'll pull it up and give you a couple here in a minute.
A kick from Sandoval is long. No need to try to return. He'll be in the end zone.
Chase wants it, though.
Chase wants to put something on tape. Room to move. He'll be brought down at about the 17-yard line. It'll cost him some.
Your Panthers look like they're down to Jonesboro, 6-14. Oh, come on now. I know what your blood is.
Just because I got a piece of paper that says Cabot High School on it doesn't mean I'm a Panther.
Surprisingly, only Bryant up 28-14 on Benton. Thought that might have been worse.
Salt Bowl. Interesting.
Yeah.
How's the guys in Northwest Arkansas doing?
Let's see. First one I see here is Bentonville is leading Tulsa Union. The Purple Dogs are down 14-3 against Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Be handed off, be brought down. They're gaining probably 4 on that one.
Sheridan, Yellow Jackets, 59-9 against Whitehall.
Wow.
They come out of the gate strong, Coach Kelly.
So 2nd and 6. Ball on the 22 of Pulaski Academy. Sullivan's going to fake the handoff, zips it across the middle, caught, breaks away from 1, tries to break 2, it'll be brought down. That's Miles McDaniel on the reception. He's had a great night in his varsity debut.
One thing I've noticed about those quick slants routes right behind the linebackers is how often the umpire back there gets involved. Like, he's really right in the mix.
Trying to make something out of nothing before Brenham Churn, a Wake Forest commit, makes the stop.
I'd love to ask Coach Kelly about that and whether he kind of thinks about that at all, or plans on maybe using the umpire as a screen at all, or tells his receiver to work off of it. It seems like the last couple games we've watched, he's gotten right in the middle of it.
Empty set, Sullivan throws it, caught, tries to break 2, brought down from behind, 3rd and about 6 coming up.
Miles continuing to get in a ton of work in the inside. As now some of the other guys get Chase and Bryce back out there. Slade comes off. Some new receivers.
Will be 3rd and 8 from their own 34. 6:13 left to go in the third. Sullivan looks, throws it. Chase Hancock has the reception. Burst of speed up the middle, trying to cut back field left. Up the sideline, room to run, has a chance to go to the end zone. Still on his feet, touchdown, Chase Hancock. And Chase Hollywood Hancock hits his first touchdown of the 2026 campaign. And what a way to do it after the big play.
Man, I knew he had some speed, but woo, he showed off that cut right when he cut back and saw that open space. wow, he really did show off the speed there. Right down the left hash, left sideline, made one other guy miss right there at the end to stiff arm him down. Finished it off for the Bruins, third touchdown of the night.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 5:59 left to go in the third quarter. The Bruins down still. Our score 49-21. Melissa out in front.
Those are always nice as a young quarterback. We get a quick replay here. Just a nice, easy throw to get to Chase, a 5-yard stop route that Chase then turns into a 70-yard touchdown. Those are always nice.
So here in a second, we're going to go down to the third member of our crew, Miss Amelia Boyd, who's done a fantastic job tonight in her sideline debut. I think she's ready down there. Amelia, down to you.
That was a great play by Chase and Caleb because the connection is so special. Hancock has 12 total offers, including Arkansas, Florida State, and Oklahoma, while Sullivan, only being a sophomore, has 2 D1 offers from Marshalls and Missouri State, which is quite impressive. Back to the box.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the offers are awesome for those two guys. And crazy enough, I mean, Chase, she said he's got 12 offers. I mean, what are the other FBS schools doing? What are you waiting on? Did you just watch that play? I mean,
I'm going to go for the onside again. Melissa falls on, and I hope Coach Yarborough is not listening to this broadcast because Amelia kind of sounded a little out of breath, and I'm sure Coach Yarborough is not going to like to hear that.
We're going to have to take her to the court.
We're going to be running some up downs.
Running some up downs?
I can't say the other word. I can't say the other word, Blake, and you know that.
What about a towel drill? Does that spark anything with Amelia down there, maybe?
She's going to go to the Joe B. Hatcher Stadium and start running steps.
She's still got a while. It's not basketball season just yet. She's got the
Hey, I'll tell you, the Bruins, both lady and the boys, are going to look great this season when it comes to basketball. Koa Rockwell and company look to have a great season this year, as well as the girls.
Coming off their state championship.
Yes, there is, and that is a big-time run for Melissa. Give him 6. The running game looks amazing for the Cardinals. That's La McCurry, the freshman, getting it in for 6.
The PA announcer said that was L.A. McCurry.
Oh, so. My apologies. L.A. L.A. McCurry. Yeah. If you know, you know.
Obviously. But, gosh, that's, like you called it, though. That was their running game. I mean, they're just keeping it nice and simple, handing it off. And, again, the O-line just coming off the ball and creating huge seams.
And the kick is up. The kick is good. 5:50 left to go in the third quarter. 55-21 is our score. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network for Week 0 action here at Coach Kenny Deal Stadium in Melissa, Texas. Tristan Harlen here with Blake Amsler, Amelia Boyd, the third member of our crew. Doing a fantastic job at our sideline reporting debut. Not going to put her quite on the Erin Andrews level, but she's definitely doing fantastic tonight.
Absolutely. And really, she her mic kind of going in and out. That is really on. That's the stadium's fault. We're going to blame the stadium for that. We can't get a great signal from down there. You want it down there back to you, Amelia?
Come on, Amelia. Talk to us.
Comments about my out of shapeness. I was running across the field to get to y'all, so need to come down here and do this.
Hey, no need to defend yourself. No need to defend yourself. We get it. It's off season.
Coach Yarborough has us running mini line drills.
Okay. Well, we'll just double check with her just in case. I mean, look, we don't want you to rest on your state championship laurels and just get soft.
Please don't.
Hey, she's got 2 state championships. Two state championships, by the way.
She does.
I think she's one of the only females in PA history to win 2 state championships in the same calendar year.
That actually is a good good shout.
Me and Greenlee, Elmore.
Boom. Volleyball and basketball.
Of course, the volleyball team looking to repeat this year, as well as the girls basketball team. Now, I don't know about the cheer team down there, Amelia, but sure going to be a great year for Bruin athletics all around.
Yep, sure is.
So back to action here on the field. 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line after the touchback. Sullivan's going to look, throws it.
Oh, interference.
And as a Saints fan, that one gives me PTSD.
Missed calls here and there.
I knew I shouldn't have worn my Saints hat tonight.
You're putting that juju on. No, they did throw the flag there. They were interfering with Chase on his slant route.
They didn't interfere. They threw him into the next county.
That too.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 8. It's a spot foul, automatic first down.
Oh, a spot foul, so you don't get the 15. Okay.
So there was a pass interference call. Of course, it was about as obvious as Mount Everest. Be first down for the Bruins. Ball's on their own 31-yard line. Sullivan going to hand the ball off to Bryce. Bryce burst to speed up the left-hand side. Be forced out of bounds. Shy of the 45-yard line.
I don't think I've really said it enough tonight, but I'm been really impressed by this offensive line. They're not the biggest group of guys like we talked about at the scrimmage, but they're getting in there and getting the dirty work done. And I really like that counter running game that Coach Kelly is bringing, with Bryce starting out to the left and then cutting back to the right. He's got a lineman leading him in front.
PA thinks Melissa may have jumped, but Melissa thinks PA jumped. And they're going to say false start.
Yeah.
False start. 71 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Carter Sweat's second false start of the night.
Yeah, I think I did see him move the ball a little bit early there. But overall, again, the offensive line's done a really good job in pass protection all night long for the most part, and then the running game have had bright spots to work on.
Seven drops back, throws it, hauled in. Ooh! It's laid out after hauling the ball in.
Yeah, McDaniel caught that out route, but ended up losing yards from a great tackle there. Number 4, Ethan Ndunjo.
I'd like to see the stats after this game. I think Miles McDaniel's got to have at least 15 catches.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely over 10, I would say.
Well, second and long. This in Slade in motion. Empty set. Sullivan drops back, looks, throws it to Slade. Slade makes the catch. Tries to make a man miss. He wrapped up by the back of his neck.
Yeah, and Slade was one of those guys that Coach Kelly talked about in the pregame show with you, is that just has a nice little burst about him and just kind of a slipperiness to his running ability. You could see it there.
Sullivan still empty set, throws it deep. Hancock goes up with it for it.
He almost came down with that. It was a very awkward ball. The defender kind of gave up on it a little early, and it kind of surprised Chase, I think.
Josh McMua just threw his hands up to not get the PI call.
And man, I had my eye on Slade that play, and he went right up the middle seam and was wide open if Caleb would have saw him, but he had already locked on to Chase.
There's definitely building blocks for the remainder of the season.
Absolutely.
So 4 out left. Empty set. Sullivan drops, looks, throws it over the middle. Caught. Trying to make a move. He does. Room to the end zone. He has.
Get in.
Slows down. And he gets pulled down by the back of his jersey. No horse collar call, but it'll be in the Crown Trophy red zone. That's Miles McDaniel with another big-time reception.
Add on another one to his tally. He's got it, like you said, he's got to be getting close to 15 catches, way over 100 yards.
Knock on the door of the end zone. They're going to hand the ball off. Room to run. Slade Kittner gets in. Flag comes out.
Oh, he put him down on the 1.
They're going to be down. They're going to be back even farther after this PI roof and penalty flag.
Ah, dang it.
Cody on the offense, number 52. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Owen Smith, the right tackle, was charged with the hold, so they'll back the Bruins on up.
Really, I think that's the first holding call of the night for the offensive line, which is just tremendous. I mean, it's been a plague even when I was coaching offensive line. I swear we had 2-3 holding calls a night. So credit to the new O-line coaches, Hunter Jackson out there and Alan Muamua as well.
First of the half.
Timeout, Melissa. Or was that PA?
Timeout by Melissa.
Okay, Melissa. You said it earlier, though. Building blocks, I feel like, is the key word that keeps coming to my mind, especially on the offensive side. You've got all these young receivers that just have tremendous talent, and you can see every time they catch the ball, they make one quick move and they get up the field. And that's credit to Coach Wright and working with these receivers and getting them to do that, because there's 3 or 4 sophomores and freshmen on this receiving crew that really look good and look like they're ready to play varsity football.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about, like I talked about with Coach Kelly on the coaches show. I mean, young guys showing they belong out on the varsity roster, and it only goes up from here.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, the fact of the matter is this: we knew coming into this game that it was going to be a battle. And with the score being what it is, I know a lot of football fans can say, hey, you didn't win. Guys kind of got blown out, but it's not about that. It's about building towards the future. It's about returning the Bruins football program back to what it was. As Sullivan surveys, throws it to nobody but the end zone. But it's about building towards the future, and Coach Kelly has said it to us at practice. He said it to me personally at practice and at the benefit game. But this is about restoring Pulaski Academy football to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Coach Kevin Kelly, Coach Lucas, before they got up to 7A. So this is the trend of the right direction for Pulaski Academy, in my opinion. So 2nd and 12. Sullivan going to hand the ball off, and that play's going to get blown up. Churn going to get the big stop. The Demon Deacon comes screaming.
Yeah, and to your point about kind of restoring the PA program, that is one thing that was always a thread through PA's program, is that even if we were going to go up against a bigger, stronger, faster team, and we may have lost a few games within that time, but the kids never quit, and we were always going to keep fighting to try to score, especially late scores like this. Like, keep fighting even if you know you're down.
3rd and 18, Sullivan's pass to Hancock is complete. Did not get enough for the first down. It'll be 4th and long. It's 4th and goal, I guess, is the correct terminology to use.
Oh, gosh, it is 4th and goal, isn't it? Yeah, because we got down to the 1-yard line earlier.
So they're still in the Crown Trophy red zone. The Bruins going to elect to go for it here. Sullivan surveys, throws it, end zone.
Oh, Wynn almost came down with that.
Incomplete, in the 5th turnover on downs of the night.
Yeah, really good coverage there in the secondary from Melissa. No room for Wynn to even come down with that.
And again, you go back and you look at it, and, I'm sure Coach Taylor and Coach Kelly and company is going to do this when they go back and watch the film, but if you take away some of the turnovers on downs, what's the score looking like?
Yeah, I mean, and again, I go back, not only that, but also Chase had two catches that were like 1 or 2 feet away from really being like 80-yard touchdowns that didn't end up scoring on those drives. So, I mean, yeah, if some of those go the other way, this is a 14-point game, honestly.
Kittner's carry was for about 7. 2nd and manageable coming up here for Melissa's. There's 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. And in motion. Going to hand the ball off. Nowhere to go. Bruins are going to surround him. Get stripped up back at the line of scrimmage.
That's another new running back in there for the Cardinals, Demonier Washington. What is that? Probably the 5th or 6th running back they've had out there that's gotten some carries.
Washington typically is listed as a receiver for the Cardinals, but doing a host of duties on this offense. Kittner calls a fake snap, gets his offensive lineman to jump.
Ball start on the offense, number 65.
Harrison
5-yard penalty, still a 3rd down.
Harrison Hill with the false start.
Yeah, and that should help out the PA defense, again, getting it in a better passing situation for this defense so we can, trust our corners and our safeties and let that front 7 get attacking and pass rush rather than having to sit back and defend the run.
So 3rd and 9, ball on their own 17. Kittner surveys, steps up, pressure coming, and he gets sacked again.
There you go, right there.
The Pulaski Academy defense has looked phenomenal in pass protection.
Yeah.
Or pass defense, I guess is the
Yeah,
correct term.
exactly. And I think that was Tyler Galloway coming in from inside linebacker. Actually, I may have gotten that wrong. Who was that down there at the bottom of the pile? Oh, yeah, I missed the number. I screwed it up.
Way to go, Blake.
Yeah. Someone got a sack out there.
D-plus color commentator.
Hey, they didn't even see it. How about that?
There you go. For the first time tonight, Melissa will elect to punt the football. Go back into Pulaski Academy territory. It'll get a friendly Cardinal roll to about the 41-yard line.
And I think the phrase that's coming to my mind again is like, don't look at the score, but building blocks. We've got some defensive players that if we can get it into the right scenario, if we can get them behind the sticks a little bit and allow our pass rush to get there and then trust your really good secondary, like that is how you build this defense going on throughout the season.
Of course, the new era for Pulaski Academy football, a familiar name, different style. Coach Mark Kelly, new head guy at Pulaski Academy. So they're going twins. They hand the ball off. Nowhere to go. The run still having a little bit of issues working tonight for the Bruins.
Yeah, I think some of their Coach Kelly is probably not going to be super happy with the running game, but I think there's also a lot of positives to take away too. A lot of their counters have worked well. They've had a lot of their sweeps working well. It's just some of the inside game and some of their running back draw game that hasn't been great.
55 seconds remain in this third quarter of the Week 0 matchup. Sullivan sends Chase Hancock in motion. They have under 10 left to go on the play clock. Looks like they're sending pressure at Melissa. Sullivan surveys, throws it. Incomplete. Try to lead Wynn Wilson to only where he could get it, but he did not haul it in.
Yeah, Wynn was right by this Melissa sideline on our side, and it was a really tight window down there, and ball ended up hitting the turf right before it got to him.
3rd and 12. 36 seconds remain. Pressure coming. Sullivan guns it. Open man caught.
Yes.
Has enough of the first down. He gets laid out.
Is that McDaniel again? I think it was, and he's down after that catch.
The ball, he may have landed on the ball right in the stomach area. Hopefully it didn't knock the wind out of him.
Yeah, he's a little slow getting up and getting off, but I think he'll be all right. Great. I love that play right there because he really had Slade and Miles both working against the safety. And just Caleb picked the right guy, got it to him, got the first down right up the middle.
Under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. First down at the catch from Miles. Hancock catches it on the receiver screen. Burst his speed, tries to make a man miss it and does. He's forced out of bounds deep in Melissa territory.
So many things have to go right for that screenplay, that little bubble screen to work. I mean, Chase makes it look easy, but you've got to have 3 receivers out there all make their blocks. You've got to have Caleb catch the ball and get the ball out to him really fast and accurately.
Sullivan surveys, throws it deep. Incomplete. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
partner.
you're fine.
Incomplete. 15 seconds remain.
Coach Kelly's got this offense moving so fast we can barely breathe to talk. We're trying to compliment you, Coach. Come on. No, I love the tempo that we're playing at. I think that tempo is what is going to help us win some games when it comes down to conference play, is wearing out these defenses over time.
15 seconds remain. 2nd and 10 from the Melissa 30. Goes with that running back draw. This time it works. Slade Kettner with the carry. It's brought down at the 25-yard line after gaining 5.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest thing ever, but he did sneak through there and pick up about 5 yards to make it a little bit more manageable third down. PA, again, right up on the ball.
And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. The Melissa Cardinals still with a commanding lead. Our score 56-21.
While we take this third quarter break, I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I want to congratulations to the Caldwell Toyota PA Core Value Student of the Week, Evan Guerra. Evan shows a strong talent for coding and computer science, representing PA in coding, cybersecurity, and robotics competitions. Evan is known and respected for his integrity and spoke on behalf of our student body at the Veterans Day Assembly. Congrats, Evan, for embodying excellence and integrity. The Caldwell Toyota Core Value Student of the Week.
You know Kyle Sutherland, but good job there, partner.
You know, last year, me and Kyle got to split duties of that. Now he's left us, and now I got to do both reads.
Well, we're not going to hate on him too much. He's got a legit reason.
Oh, I'm gonna still give it to him regardless.
So we think.
Yeah, that's what he told us.
Yeah, that's what he told us. But, you know, it's Kyle Sutherland.
Right.
Who knows if you can trust him?
As if he's not sitting at home right now with about 14 high school screens up in front of him. Every stream you could possibly think of.
I'll believe Kyle's actually listening if he texts me. I don't think he's actually listening. He's probably got us on mute.
After about the first drive.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 from the Melissa 25. Sullivan dumps it off to Hancock. Hancock tries to make a man miss up the right side of the sideline. He gets pushed out. We'll have enough for the first down.
Yeah, you can tell that little bubble screen to Chase is one of his favorite plays. He gets that ball and just looks so confident when he's got a couple receiver blockers in front of him and just a lot of open space. He looks so comfortable.
Fresh new set of downs. 1st and 10. Ball in the 16. They're in the Crown Trophy red zone. Another bubble screen called for the Bruins. Tries to dive to get to the first down marker. We'll see what they spotted.
Yeah, that was Wynn Wilson that caught that one. Chase had to come off for a breather, and good intuition by him to kind of spin backwards around the block. That was really impressive, and get up the right sideline for a good gain.
Sullivan throws it, end zone, he drops it, incomplete.
Gosh, the pass was intended. Was that Bailey Lowe down there on the left side? Good pass by Sullivan. Maybe just a little bit late on the throw that allowed the receiver or that allowed the defender to come in and make a play. Yeah, that was Bailey Lowe in the corner. Good play, good makeup play by Ethan, the corner down there.
3rd and 2, ball on the 8-yard line. Sullivan gets his pass deflected, incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and that's one of the first times that we have seen Melissa come down in basically a cover 0 look. No safeties, everybody came up on man coverage. And Maumelle did that a couple times against us last week, and the receivers just absolutely burnt that with their crisscrossing routes. And I think Chase was going to be open again right there, but luckily for the Cards, they knocked it down.
4th and 2. Low snap. Sullivan dumps it off. Caught. Hancock couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. Another turnover on downs.
Yeah, even if he caught that, I don't know. I mean, he would have had to make a couple guys miss to get the first. But, yeah, unfortunate. Chase is going to want that one back and not drop it.
So it'll be Melissa football with 11:19 left to go in the final quarter of play, as Melissa will take over deep in their own territory. Wait the snap of the football. Teams are kind of taking a little minute. They hand the ball off. Gets brought down, probably getting right back to the line of game.
Yeah, Sam Hurtado in on that play, as well as number 51, Connor Cole, another sophomore out there on that defense, getting some good plays in.
Fakes the handoff, looks, dumps it off to the tight end, couldn't hold it on.
Oh, yeah, I thought he had it.
Incomplete. Intended for Wyatt Harry, the Charlotte 49er commit.
Yeah, he looks like a big athletic kid, too. I'm not surprised. He's got some college offers, real long limbs, good hands. Just happened to drop that one.
3rd and 6 from the 12. Look, he fakes the handoff. Pump fakes, throws it deep, a moon ball.
Get it.
And Raheem Jackson almost intercepts the football pops out at the last moment, incomplete.
Yeah. Great positioning. I'm sure Coach Jones is going to be over there like telling him, go up and get that ball out of the air rather than waiting on it to come down to you. He had a chance for a pick there, but ends up going down as an incomplete pass and bringing up 4th down. Good job by the secondary overall right there. Again, just the defense didn't really get good pressure on the quarterback, so he had time, and Raheem really had to cover for a long time and make that play at the end.
So it looks like Melissa will punt the football away. Hit right at the 50, but it'll get a friendly Melissa roll all the way down near the 30.
Sandoval's punt's going to go all the way down to the Bruins 30.
And I'm sure Melissa's got a couple subs in here and there, but the defense is somewhat got, what, two or three drives, stops in a row now in the second half. So they're starting to try to get their feet under him a little bit more.
So after the punt, Pulaski Academy will take over.
I say that, though. There's still a lot of starters out there for Melissa. Nose guards out there, the corner down here, number 4 on defense. Like, they haven't really backed down either.
Empty set, Sullivan surveys. Pressure coming, rolls, has an open man. That's
Go,
caught.
Oh.
And he slips down. The turf monster gets him. Bryce Gittins on the reception. Bryce is kind of gingerly on that leg.
Yeah, he is. He's coming off now, too. I think he'll be all right. I think he may just maybe twisted his foot or ankle up a little bit. But, yeah, I thought he had a lot more room to run and maybe put a juke on somebody. But, like you said, the 40-yard line must have got him.
10 minutes remain in this one. Sullivan hands the ball off. Gets wrapped up as soon as he tries to get to the second level. Tackle is made by number 13, D.D. Clincy.
Yeah, and that was a carry by Slade Kentner. I'm glad you saw that because I still was kind of watching Caleb to throw the ball, but he did a really good job carrying out the fake pass afterwards.
Sullivan looks, throws it over the middle.
Oh,
did he catch it? Wow.
Great concentration by Wynn Wilson there. Almost intercepted, and it bounced off the defender right into Wynn's hands, and he pulled it in.
Yeah, no, he ripped that ball right out of the defender's hands. Great play there by Wilson.
Crazy. Makes it a lot easier third down here, 3rd and 1.
Sullivan drops way back. Got to get rid of it. Throws it. That one's intercepted. Bad pass by Sullivan as the pressure was coming. He forced it off his back foot. It's another turnover for the Bruins offense.
Yeah, that was kind of a panic play there by Sullivan.
I'm sorry, Special Henry on the interception.
And I think if it, maybe with a little more experience and maybe he can learn from it, it's like it was only 3rd and 1. We're definitely going to go for it in this situation of being 4th and 1 and time and the way the game has gone. So he could have potentially thrown it away, found a way to throw away, or even maybe take the sack. I don't know. It would have been a big loss either way.
For Special Henry, the Iowa State commit.
What a name, Special Henry.
There's a lot of good football names on this Melissa
There are.
roster.
I mean, Bear in the backfield.
That handoff not going to go much of anywhere. Great job by the PA defense.
LA McCurry.
Andrew Manning getting in there on that tackle for the loss, 3-yard loss. Andrew's really come on. I really have started to like Andrew a lot. He got thrown into action last year as a sophomore, and now is really showing experience.
Willicke on the quarterback keeper.
Look, I hype him up one play, and he comes back for me on another. Gets another tackle. Andrew's probably racked up 10 tackles tonight, I'd imagine.
Correction, there is a new quarterback in. It's Asher Thompson, a senior. Throw, that's a little too much in front, incomplete, intended for Ray Stoner.
Yeah, as we come up on 8 minutes here.
Real quick, we've got an update down at the sideline from Amelia. Amelia, what's going on down there?
Okay, just a few injury updates down here. Bryce Gittins is good. He just tweaked his ankle. I spoke to Seth Stewart just a few minutes ago, and he's out to return for the night. And Miles McDaniel, as you guys probably saw, had a scare earlier in the night, but he came back, pushed through, and kept on playing.
Yeah.
All right, back to the U.
Thanks, Amelia.
I did see Miles kind of take a weird down on his knee and ankle, but I think he came back after that with one of those huge plays even since then. So good to see him back out there. I hate to see Seth out for the night. We'll see what that turns into.
Man, great reporting by Amelia.
Yeah, got three injuries in one call right there. That's
getting the latest scoop down there. I guess it pays when she's friends with probably half her roster.
And, I mean, she's running, 150 yards around the end zone here to get around there. So less out of breath that time. So we'll report that part to Coach Yarborough. Just extra bonus points there.
She's probably going to throat punch one of us when she gets back up here.
I would expect it.
So 1st and 10, PA deep in their own territory on their own 9. Runs a little shovel. Bryce fights away from one, hurdles another, rolls, and he'll get back to the line, maybe gaining 2 on that play.
Yeah, I guess Bryce's ankle's all right.
Well,
jumped over 2 guys and sprinted to the sideline and did a roll as he was going out of bounds. I think he'll be all right. And really, I was thinking, all Amelia needs to do is say, I don't see you 2 big boys running around the field much. So, yeah.
I got a special chair with my name on it.
Exactly.
2nd and 8, Sullivan.
Oh, kind of in no man's land there.
Trying to do his best Patrick Mahomes impression. I didn't know where that ball was going.
No, I didn't. He was looking at Slade Kintner's way, but it went way too high for him. It kind of sailed on him over the top. Lucky it just went down as incomplete. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sullivan is out of the game.
There's a new quarterback, as we just learned. Patrick Landreau in at quarterback. Landreau dumps it off. See, this is why we're like C-plus commentators. Like
right, yeah. I mean, we
don't even notice the quarterback change.
Yeah, you'd think we're better than that. We are far away, though.
So now Caleb Sullivan comes back in.
However,
it's 4th and 7, yeah.
I think we know what's coming.
Punt's going to get down right at midfield. It'll take a little bit of a Bruin bounce and it'll go down about the 38-yard line. There's 7 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Thank you for tuning in to Week 0 here on PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network.
You said it earlier, looking ahead to Week 2, or Week 1 rather, I guess, second game of the year, Week 1. Greenwood ain't going to be much slouchier than this, so they're going to come in with some firepower and all the state championships behind them, and I'm sure, I mean, that's been an old school rivalry. We played Greenwood back in my day. I lost to Greenwood in the state championship.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
When they still had hip pads on the players' pants.
Heck yeah, we did.
Back when the shoulder pads were like 6 inches too big.
And we wore our knee pads over our knees. How about that?
Blake, you're old.
No, we were actually my class was really some of the first people that we got away from like the hip pads in your belt into more of a like padded biker pant underneath. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
This is great commentary for the live stream, I'm sure.
Well, it's 56-21. 6:30 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's 2nd and 10 on their own 38. Melissa has the football. And the ball off. No, quarterback's going to keep it.
Woo!
Room up the middle. That's a track star if I've ever seen one. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Number 18, Devin Bell, one of their backup quarterbacks.
Devin Bell runs 62 yards.
62 yards for Bell. Give them 6. 62-21 is our score. So rivalries will be renewed next week in Little Rock, Greenwood, and Pulaski Academy.
That's how you got me off the rails right there. You went from Greenwood to somehow we're talking about hip pads.
Wait, the kick.
Sandoval's extra point is good.
So 6:18 left to go in the fourth quarter, 63-21.
Yeah, you got me thinking about all those Greenwood matchups back in the day, and I guess we haven't really played them in the last 5 or so plus years. I don't think, but man, we had some really epic battles back in the day, and one that stands out to me is I think we had lost to them 2 straight years in a row, probably 07 and 08, and then 09 we end up meeting in the playoffs in the first or second round of the playoffs. And it was a great game. It ended up being, I think we won 28-21 was the final. And just a really great game for PA and Greenwood back in the day.
Sandoval again dedicated.
So, like, back in your day, did you guys, like, actually have textbooks you read and stuff like that? Or?
Well, see, the thing is, we walked uphill to school both ways.
Yeah, right.
And,
right.
yeah, our backpacks were like bricks.
Even, like, through 6 inches of snow and all that?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure you did it barefoot, too, huh?
And we brought our lunch, barefoot, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, I can tell you ate good back in the day. Yeah. And the last 7 viewers just clicked off for the night.
Yeah.
Good night, guys. So the Bruins take back over. 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. There's 6:18 left to go in the final quarter of play. I do want to quickly thank the Melissa High School staff for being such great hosts tonight. A lot of them were fun to talk to, very nice, very hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about that Texas hospitality. And the band's going crazy.
Yeah. We are excited.
Indubitably.
The play clock is running, so PA's a little late getting out here. Under 10 seconds now, and we're just now getting lined up. And I think they are a man short. Yeah. 2 men short.
Delay a game on the offense, number 17. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So the delay game is called against Pulaski Academy. They'll back it on up.
And like we said last drive, Patrick Landreau coming in at quarterback. So I think Coach Kelly's kind of called off the first string dogs.
They hand the ball off. Tries to break away to that second level. Burst of speed before he gets forced out of bounds.
Well, as I say that, we still got Bryce in the backfield running hard, so there's still first string guys out there somewhat. That may be the last run of the night for Bryce, though. He came off after that one, and now we got some younger guys getting in there.
So Slade comes back in at tailback. There's a bunch of new faces coming in to play some varsity snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Hand the ball off. Slade making something out of his minutes. Gets brought down after he gains enough for the first down. So 5.5 minutes remain. The Bruins have a fresh new set of downs.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Coach Kelly kind of dials up those 2 running backs like we've seen. I really think, Bryce is just so well back there, but I also think I like what Slade does, and I would be interested to see Bryce in more of a receiver role just to see how impactful he can be with those other guys out there. I'm sure they've ran through those scenarios in practice already to figure all that out. But like we keep saying about building blocks, there are so many weapons on that offense. It's awesome to come up with plays and draw up plays for that many guys.
Under 5 minutes left to go in this week 0 matchup. Patrick Landreau, the sophomore, in at quarterback. Low snap. Landreau pumps, rolls, nowhere to go. Fighting, still on his feet, but before he gets wrapped down by number 14, Mon Washington.
Yeah, snap was a little low and kind of brought his eyes down right when he caught it and kind of put him behind the read instantly. Just had to kind of cover it up, take the sack. 3rd and 12 coming up now for the Bruins. Coming up on 4 minutes left in the game.
Third and 12 from the 37. Arrow hands the ball off to Slade. Slade trying to go somewhere.
Yeah, tried that running back draw once again, but just not a lot of room inside on that.
So 4th down coming up for the Bruins. See what Coach Kelly and the squad plans to do. Looks like Caleb Sullivan trotting onto the field to punt this ball away.
Yep.
Low snap, Sullivan just gets the punt away. Going to hit it about the 25. It's going to take the Bruin bounce near the 15. It'll go down deep in Melissa territory, so they'll get the football back. 3:11 left to go in this one. Blake, it's been a fun night here in week 0 with you. Back in the swing of things here on the PA Live on the Natural State Sports Network.
Yeah, it is. It's good to get back out here and get the season going, and this is my favorite time of year. Football season's upon us. We got college games starting tomorrow. Well, they kind of already started, I think, last night a little bit, FCS and stuff, but I think the first FBS games tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
So at the conclusion of this game, Melissa will be 1-1 versus Arkansas teams in the Wipeout Kids Cancer Football Classic. Of course, if you are a time historian, Parkview made the trip down in 2024 and beat them 27-20. I believe that was also Melissa's first game in this stadium. So there's your high school fun fact of the night.
And I'm gonna tie that fact into college football. Last night I turned on the UCA game.
Okay.
And one of the running backs for UCA, James Jointer, played on that Parkview team. He was one of the running backs. So how about that?
There you go. Of course, Will Watkins is marking out over that tie-in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Will's never been impressed in his life until I just said that.
Especially not in us.
He wasn't on the team, Will? Dang it.
Oh, you almost had one.
Oh, well. You didn't have to ruin it.
Yeah,
it's not like Kyle's at home doing fact-checking. Just let me go with it. Kyle's asleep by now.
I know somebody else that's probably going to be listening for fact check.
Who? Yeah, you're not wrong.
So 3rd and 11 for Melissa. The show has completely gone off the rails.
Well, that happens. It is time.
What do you expect? PA Live is the most entertaining network here on the Natural State Sports Network. Going to hand the ball off. The PA defense gets in the backfield to stop the play from developing. Be 4th down coming up for the Cardinals as we were 20 seconds away from the 2-minute timeout.
I think that was number 23, Jaden Smedley, on the tackle for PA.
Yeah, they're just going to sit on this one until the 2-minute timeout.
Yep.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
That was quite official from him.
So 2 minutes remaining, and they're in the final quarter of action of week 0. Pulaski Academy trails Melissa 63-21. I believe we're going to go down to the 3rd member of our crew, Miss Amelia Boyd. Amelia, take it away.
Thank you guys for including me in this awesome experience in my first sideline game. It's been a lot of fun, but I just wish the game would have been a bit closer, but it's okay. See you guys next. Back to the box.
I like how it cut her off right as she said.
Back to the.
Yeah. Well, hey, the good
It
news is
happens.
Amelia will be joining us on the away games this season. And Mr. Chris Boyd will be doing the sideline duties during the home games, hopefully. And so the Boyds will be a big staple here on the PA Live Network. As Chris Boyd was my color commentator during the basketball season. It's a punt deep in Bruin territory, so they'll get the ball back with 1:49 left to go in this one. So we'll see the Bruins come back out on offense. Some more varsity reps for some of the younger guys. I believe Land Rose back out at quarterback. Kettner gets the handoff. Kettner trying to get something out of nothing. Be brought down shy near the 50.
Yeah, got pushed back outside on that run, but just didn't have enough speed to get all the way around. Good contain by the Melissa defense. As you can see, Coach Kelly just trying to run the ball and run this clock and get on out of here.
20 seconds remain here on the play clock.
Whoa.
Snaps high. Landrose got to jump on it. It's still loose. Melissa jumps on it, so it'll be Cardinal football after the bad snap. Cash Gibson was the one that jumps on it, so Melissa will take over with 68 seconds remaining. See the Melissa offense come back out, and the play clock has not started yet.
One thing I'm also looking forward to this year, Tristan, is all the road games we had last year. We got a lot of home games this year, so I'm looking forward to be back home 2 games in a row for these non-conference versus Greenwood and Airline. And then, again, 7A Central, just not many road trips regardless, so good travel year for us. As it looks like Melissa's lining up just to take a couple knees.
And the clock will run. So Melissa is just going to knee this one out. As we're under a minute here in week 0, it's likely going to do it with a couple more kneel downs here. So Melissa will move to 1-0 on the season, 1-1 versus Arkansas teams here in the Wipeout Kids Kickoff Classic all time. Pulaski Academy will start the year 0-1 as they move next week to play Greenwood at home. Say a special thank you to our crew tonight. Of course, you have Tristan Harlen, myself on play-by-play, Blake Amsler, our game analyst, Amelia Boyd on sideline, Wade Rainey and Tanner Hill, our camera ops, and our producer and director, the best in the biz, Will Throw Watkins, and not listed on my text message, but someone who deserves credit as well is Chris Boyd, the father of Amelia, sideline correspondent during the home games, and all-around great guy. He's my color analyst during basketball, but he deserves the recognition as well. So we thank you guys for tuning in here at the week 0 between Melissa and Pulaski Academy. We'll see you guys next week back in Little Rock on the campus of Pulaski Academy. One final time reminding you, our final score, 63-21, Melissa wins. Good night, everybody. Go Bruins.